Blast ahoy and g'day once again to ye mateys! I be your quirkily quixotic and querulously quick-witted DM Josh the Pirate, and it brings me more of a thrill than the realization that I have thus far succeeded in escaping the cold and inexorable hand of death to welcome me back to Corsair's Cove and my Humblewood world for more of Midnight and Madness. Above me, I have my hearty crew, the Quabalistic Rachel Fukar, the Queenful Jack O'Brien, the Quintessential Dan Swelto, and the Quandom Ro. So, let's talk about these lovely folks.
We're gonna need some dictionaries.
Okay. All right.
Yes, please.
Quabalistic, possessed of hidden meaning, Rachel.
Okay, all right.
It's a broader interpretation of what the word means, but I thought it could applies. Queenful, merciful, shows kindness, Jack.
Or just full of a queen.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Quintessential, obviously the perfect embodiment of something, Dan Swelto. And Quandom is the only one that's a bit of a reach. Former, of another time. I don't know.
Are you saying that Ro remembers?
Are you saying
There you go. We brought it in. We got
Partridge
it.
Farm
Not a
remembers.
reverse Outlander, but she's melding in really well.
Yeah. But I
This is from
I
the
thought it was
time
just
of
a
the
cool
party,
word
though.
and I wanted to use it. So, let's talk about these splendid and possibly Quandom folks. Seeing as we're talking about Quandom folks, Ro, who the absolute heck are you?
Hi, I'm Roro. I am a Perth-based educator and theatre maker. You can follow me over on Instagram at Crowdventurers to see photos of my dog Charlie with the large ears and photos of my many travel adventures. I am here every Monday night, and in May, if you happen to be in Perth, I'll be on the Melville Theatre stage in their production of Quiz, which is very exciting.
Splendid. Marvelous. And you can hashtag Charlie with the large ears. I finally got around to changing your channel command there, Ro. Jack, who the heck are you?
Hello there. My name is Jack O'Brien, and I am a 100-follower Twitch person. Thanks, Dan. I've been working my tail off, and I'm really, really pleased. So anybody who's on the stream and was already a follower, make sure you're on the Discord because we're going to do a giveaway. So that's really cool. Other than that, I am a professional game master. You can find me on www.dungeonmasterforhire.com.au, where you can hire me for anything you can't be bothered prepping for. And all the other things, you can find me on all the socials as Jack Squarepeg if I have any updates about other creative things. And I'm very excited to be here.
Jack, do you have inspiration? Or does somebody have inspiration?
No.
I think then, in order to celebrate your 100th follower,
that's really sweet.
It's a 100.
Welcome.
It's a 100 mark. I think you should get inspiration. None of the rest of you do. It's not your channel. But Jack
Until we get 3 more followers.
well, 4 actually. We've someone has unfollowed.
Oh, what a
It
prick!
says
How dare they?
597 on mine. Aww.
Oh, mine has
Goodness.
596, unfortunately. But if it, look, if it is 597, great. Dan, who the heck are you?
Oh, hello. I am Dan in the meat space, D-Rab in the cyberspace, and current holder of the 100th follower
That's right.
for Jack's Squarepeg. That's right.
I like how you said current. It's just like at the end of this, like,
He's gonna unfollow. Fuck you, Jack.
He's gonna, as soon as you get to 101.
wait again for the 200th seat.
Yes,
you know?
exactly. Yeah. He's
Yeah.
gonna unfollow when
Just have
there's
to unfollow her in the
101.
150 mark so no one notices.
Also, maybe we do like an inspiration XP farm where I like.
Oh, yeah, we'll have a chat.
100.
We'll have a chat. We'll have a conversation. Yeah. We'll abuse it. We'll abuse
Also,
Josh's kindness.
This is an awful lot of effort to go to for inspiration. Jack has to run a channel.
Hashtag worth it.
I mean, if you guys all did it, I'd allow it.
Yeah.
Also, just to wrap it up for the group we just, I drink quintessence. Let's go. Your souls are mine. Let's go alchemy.
And Rachel, who the absolute heck are you?
Hello, my name is Rachel Fukar. I'm a writer, actor, creative trash at large. You can find me on various social media at Rachel Fukar. And are you talking shit about me while I'm doing this?
No. He was doing the echo, but he was doing it too early. That I should have patented. But yes.
Listen, if you
We're
want to be
supporting
cool,
you.
thank you. And if you also want to support me, you can
Yeah.
buy my book.
Yes,
It's
you
called
can.
The Rings of Mars. It's here on the internet. And the main character, she's lying about who she is, which is pretty quabbleistic, I think. It tied it in.
Oh,
So buy it. It's good.
I get it.
Thank you.
circle. Nice.
Thank you. Like a ring.
Rach deserves inspiration for that. Come on, Josh.
Well done. Well done. Full circle, like a
Oh,
ring around
Mars.
Mars.
Yeah.
All right, very good. And
I
we also
totally
need to
didn't even
say,
register that.
Dushera, thank you very much for the follow, you bloody champions. 597
Yeah.
now. There you go. Three more, and inspiration
Way to
for
go.
everybody. And
No.
Madame Monsieur, Dama under Heron and Beings of Indeterminate Gender and Persuasion, I be Josh the Pirate. You can find me here on my channel, Corso's Cove, where I run D&D, and I do D&D related things, and roleplay related things, and other stuff. Yeah, damn, such a cool concept. You should write a book about it, I reckon. Bishop Blood, stay tuned, because your NPC is coming up today. For those of you who collect the channel points, you too can purchase a named NPC for your own self. Karen has gotten around to naming it and telling me who they are and what they do, and they are coming up today. Yes, I other things I do. What do I else I do? Well, very recently I went over to Adelaide, to Radelaide and the Radelaide Fringe, where we did our patented Pupperotica, Puppets Read Erotic Fiction show. That was good fun. And if you enjoy my voice, but you think I can stand to turn the face down a bit, you can check me out in the podcast There Be Dragons, where I play the infamous and deadly pirate Scanfelspar und his little dragon, Rosh. Hey, Eldritch Scribe. Good to see you, mate. What a lovely group of people we have with us. We have Dex Strength Con, hello. We have Tony Garstrom, you bloody champion. We have the Lorite. Hey, Lorite. Yes, greetings to all of you splendid individuals. Chaotic Goblin! Hey, buddy. Hey, Chaotic Goblin. What do you call a cow with no legs? Ground beef. Picked that one up in Adelaide. Some random. I was walking up the main concourse of the Gluttony Garden with a puppet on my arm, and she just stops me, holds me by the lapels, and says, "What do you call a cow with no legs?" And I was like, "Ground beef." Ha! Bite. Boom.
Did you meet the Joker?
I have no
Hashtag
idea.
cringe.
You got assaulted,
Yeah,
and then
just
a
fringe
joke
thing.
was screamed in your
He
face.
was quite
Yeah, like-
drunk. She was like, "He's a performer. He's got a puppet on his hand. I can say
That's
whatever the hell I
fair.
want." No, it's
That's
not really.
fair, but I can hear that in Mark Hamill's voice very, very clearly. It's like,
Oh, that's
hey!
ground beef. Full Tony. Chaotic Goblin
Yes.
always drops a shit joke when they come in stream, so I thought I had to, and they hadn't done it yet, so I was like,
I think your jokes are great, Chaotic Goblin.
nice, bro.
I do.
"She's
they're
fishing,
really funny.
Chaotic Goblin,
It
she's
takes me
fishing."
like 10 minutes to get them, but I get when I get them, they're great.
I must also remind our quick, quizzical, and possibly even quadraphonic audience to please like, follow, and subscribe to all the things, bloody champions. We have all the exclamation mark socials.
Circles.
We have the YouTube, which you can check out all the episodes you may have missed. All 97 previous episodes of Humblewood can be found up there. Next week on Wednesday, we will be having the special 100th episode featuring the newly a dad, so probably possessing a whole bunch of dad jokes his own self, the Big Viking Mitch will be coming and hanging out with us, which is fun.
But
Hey!
do you like evolve and then be
Yes.
like bam?
Yeah.
Dad
He had
jokes.
a Super Saiyan moment. Yeah, but it was his beard, obviously. Hey, Serum, good to see you.
That man has a majestic beard.
Volume down on my phone at work. What'd I miss? Don't worry. We were just saying we like your jokes. Exactly. Yes, we all were. Shut up.
Bro.
I can give anti-inspiration.
What?
I don't even have it. Even if you get inspiration, you're not.
I think they heard it, and he became a dad, which is also super cute. Yeah, he did. Yes, he did. We also need to talk about the Ukrainian people, who have been having a bit of a rubbish time of it of late. If you've been following the news, you're probably aware. So if you do fancy giving any charitable donations to the Ukrainian peeps, those are the links in chat. There's the Curious Compendium of Slavic Myth, which is a PDF of D&D stuff that you can buy, and all purchases go to support the British Red Cross's appeal for the Ukrainian folks. And the other one is for the Emergency Action Appeal, and that's just straight up money right into the veins of the refugees from the war. Both good. If you want, that would be great. Thank you, bloody champions. I think that's it. No, it's not. No, it's fucking not. Wootenforge sent me They sent me this little thing. This beautiful little box. Which
that's cute.
Isn't it cute? A little Jarrah box with the magnets and everything, so proper, really strong. And in it, you'll notice a little groove. And in the groove, you can place the thing that goes in the circle. It is a Corsair's Cove commemorative.
Oh.
It's fucking cool. It comes in a little plastic container, so it doesn't rattle. But the coin itself is really cool. And it has the Corsair's Cove logo. And the Wootenforge logo on the other side. So if you fancy purchasing one of these for your own self, you can. You can go over to their website at this link.
Are you going to D2 it like... Ding?
Yes, it is a D2, obviously. But I will allow the player to pick. Josh has wood, now also has metal. Thank you, yes, Serum, I do.
I was just thinking, don't throw off Josh's groove, that's all I had.
Don't throw...
Sorry!
Where the groove. I think that's it though. That's all the great things we should talk about. Sirenscape is the place we can hear our music from. I think we need a bit of a recap. What the absolute...
Hooray.
It's been a while. What the heck happened last time? Bro?
All right.
All right.
It's possibly worth noting that Selenox was in a mood this episode, and I have possibly conveyed that in this recap.
Oh.
Excellent.
That's what that was.
Wait, we have a disclaimer for this recap. Oh, this is going to be great.
Oh God, now there's pressure. We begin the episode with epic plans to try and save Trish's loved one who has been killed due to a certain pesky curse. Smoothie has the plans and the sending. He puts Varish and Havel back in Barovia on the case. Trish is understandably very upset. Someone she loves has died. She doesn't even know who. This curse bites. Smoothie's plan to help brings her some hope. Turns out Esmeralda can still travel into the Humblewood Plain, so the plan becomes Esmeralda can take the diamond that will help with resurrection. We part ways with her and hope she can save the unfortunate soul. As we are leaving Berez, we discuss whether we should stop in Argynvostholt, hereafter Castle A, because that is fucking hard to say. Trish is keen on getting to town to kill someone. Helvig agrees with Trish. Then we walk into a living memory. Fog memory slides show. There is one side with devil horns and another with silver armor and a motherfucking dragon, which Pierre seems very fond of. Apparently, this is a memory of the Knights of the Silver Dragon who fought Strahd, which ended badly. We decide the Castle A is worth visiting for the loot and possible things to kill for Trish. We decide we will scope for 4 hours and if nothing, head off. Outside Castle A, there is a dragon sculpture. Pia loves the sculpture. When Selenox and Smoothie knock on the door, the dragon sculpture blows down the door and Trish registers the air magic it uses. Inside, we find destructed busts. Smoothie tries to reconstruct. Selenox is moody and notices a shadow dragon hissing, possibly not the best. We enter a wood-panelled room with a sarcophagus that is labelled with Queen Natiri, and shelves inside it with wine glasses and a decanter and some whiskey, which Selenox suggests would be a good idea to fucking drink, so Helvig fucking does it. This causes alphabet burps and a fire in the hearth. Suddenly, we are talking to a dragon head in the fire. Also, the previously mentioned shadow dragon hissing dickhead. His knights, sorry, that was totally His knights have fallen into darkness. The dragon wants us to show them the light. He needs his mortal remains. They're only in Strahd's fucking house. The dragon knows of us and tells us about the elements describing us, which is beautiful. Wind knows of the warrior, rain knows of the priest, river knows of the champion, fire it knows of the twice-born, but Selenox thinks the elements can fuck right off. He tells us, the dragon tells us, they have to protect a shrine, the Amber Temple. Nearby, they have to protect others from the shrine, because the shrine is evil. So he needs the knights back. Of the knights, he tells us of two. Vladimir, his bro was killed by Strahd, and he got real pissed. So he turned into a vengeful arsehole, and now he's a revenant.
Yeah.
At this point, the apt description would be angry, angsty, may kill you, probably avoid. He's an anti-man. He's also on the 3rd floor in his room, probably. Godfrey is another of the revenant who may help us. Also on the 3rd floor, thanks helpful, in the meeting chamber. After this, Smoothie asked whether it was worth going to the Amber Temple. And Josh left us hanging. We still don't know the answer.
Because Josh didn't either.
We got on the party boat.
You did.
And that was the end. Oh, that was a vibe. Sorry for that.
Yeah, great. Thank you very much. Well, mateys, may giant spiders fail to ensnare you and all the dragons of your acquaintance be either friendly or deceased, as we head, tremulously at first and then with mounting anxiety and dread, into Barovia. So, we return to Barovia and the ruins of Argynvostholt. The gang is in a squalid but formerly quite fancy sitting room, the fireplace of which is illuminated by the fading remains of a spectral silver dragon named Argynvost. Or, as Pierre would say, Argyn! The room is cool and damp, the fire giving off little heat, and the furniture is shattered and moth-eaten. Smoothie has just asked a very good question that Josh didn't know the answer to. If there would be any mileage in going to the temple Argynvostholt was built to protect, the Amber Temple. And, for the edit, we cut straight in here. That would depend on what you seek to accomplish. The Amber Temple was dedicated to the Amaranthine Gesmi. It was built by a cabal of wizards as a storage place for their knowledge and the remains of their defeated foes. Their intent was that Gesmi herself would protect it. But over time, their collection grew so large they could not rely solely on the munificence of a somewhat capricious deity for its protection, and they formed a guard of themselves. My knights and I aided them when we arrived. Their numbers were dwindling, and I could sense the powerful evil of that place from several hundred miles. For a time, the peace was kept. The armies of Strahd then came. This was, of course, still when he was a mortal man. And we were forced to act. While we were distracted, a mage named Exanthar arrived at the temple. He claimed to seek knowledge, and inveighed himself with the other wizards. And I suppose, to a degree, he didn't lie to them. He communed with the evil spirits of the temple in secret and learned from them how to turn his fellow wizards against each other. They massacred themselves, and in doing so, empowered Exanthar's apotheosis. He became a lich, immortal and undead, right under my nose. However, by then I was slain. My knights were far more fixated on Strahd than the temple. It was at the Amber Temple where Strahd made his pact with the dark powers to become what he now is. They feed off him and the evil he perpetuates in this place. He was taught much by the Lich Exanthar himself, but Strahd is clearly the mightier now. Indeed, the Lich is nearly as faded and remnant as I, indeed. But the place is not without its treasures, if you can resist the evil within it. I have always held, and I believe Gesme would agree, that knowledge itself is neither good nor evil. There is much knowledge still to be gained from that place. It is a repository of the Amber Order's entire knowledge base. Much of it was gained fighting evil. So,
You said that he was diminished, but that he feeds off Strahd,
the
right?
the powers, the place itself was corrupted by a just exposure to the evil which the wizards brought there. Dark powers sort of congregated. The Lich is not itself empowered by Strahd. The place is. The other evil spirits, the powers that Strahd made his pact with. It is a symbiotic relationship. The Lich, on the other hand, has been somewhat forsaken by the powers that he used to raise himself up, seeing as they found a better vessel in Strahd. See you later, Chaotic Goblin.
Has anyone been there since he made this pact with the Dark Powers?
The Lich protects the place.
Presumably for a reason.
Well, at the behest of the powers he serves.
But that's the source, so to speak.
Yes. The place is also sort of protected by Strahd himself. He is rarely in residence, but he does come and go.
Well,
What would happen to Strahd if we, I don't know, committed a little arson over there?
that's kind of, we're on the same page there, Trish. Yeah. Or at the very least cleansed it
Oh, yeah, I guess we could do that.
with fire.
Would have, I mean... I'm trying to decide if Argyn knows what you did. I don't think he does. So, he would say... It would take a lot of fire, but potentially it would... I must be clear with you, I am not as mighty as Strahd, and I don't know what would happen, but...
You're still valid, though.
It couldn't hurt.
It seems to me, if this guy is protecting it, and you mentioned knowledge, that's interesting enough, but if Strahd himself is protecting it in any way and coming back to it, that means it's important. It also means we're far away from him, which I'm okay with until we've got every advantage we can grab.
As I say, the Lich is diminished.
That's fine with me too.
Wouldn't setting fire to his, summer home be,
What do you know of
Yo.
Liches?
I
They are...
know,
Not much.
I know that they're like the supreme undead, that they are undead by choice, typically. As
Broadly
opposed to-
speaking, what is done to Strahd could be described as a similar process, but he is not the same. Most Liches have a skeletal form, almost no flesh to them.
Mhm.
Though I believe it is a slow degradation, they store parts of their souls in other places, thus rendering it very difficult to slay them, because if you don't manage to get all the bits, they simply come back from what one is left. However, the process is extremely unpleasant. You are literally cutting parts of your soul off.
Whoa, was the elemental... Sorry, continue.
Well, that's
He
why-
actually, and he's mentioned before how difficult maintaining this sort of link is.
Yeah.
So it's worthy to note that he would leave if he could at this point. But he actually turns to face Helvig and says, What was the question you were going to ask, Master Dewpoint?
Oh, I was just going to ask if my homie way way back when the fireman
Aspect of fire.
yeah,
Hmm.
that guy. Aspect of fire. If he was like sort of a lich in
The
like,
process
the
in what he
definition
did to
of-
you would be not dissimilar to the process of creating a phylactery.
Great.
Comforting.
Though I believe the being you fought was a sort of sentient extrusion of the plane of fire itself, and therefore somewhat different. But not dissimilar in the sort of broad strokes of what happened to you. Tony Karlstrom, that is official D&D lore about a lich. If you were to attribute anything to anything, it's more like J.K. Rowling borrowed that bit of lore from us, not the other way around. Voldemort functionally is a lich.
Oh my god. I'm an aspect of fire Horcrux gang. No.
I remember reading the books, and when finding out about the Horcruxes, I was like, "That's a fucking phylactery. That's what you're describing there."
I have no more direct questions at this stage. If anyone else wants to ask, they can.
Cockroach clusters are a creation of Monty Python. He says, "If you have nothing further, I am afraid this has taken a lot out of me."
You're still around though, right? It's not gonna be like
He
we're gonna
can't go
bring this
anywhere.
thing and then
I cannot leave this place until my mortal remains are returned, so... If you do need me, I will attempt to return. Intense Quack, thank you very much for the follow, for the raid, you bloody champions. No follows, only raids. But we will bloody take it. Thank you very much, Intense Quack, you excellent individual. Everybody, go and check out the splendid individuals over at Intense Quack. It's really hard to sound excited whilst also being an undead dragon. So, thank you so much. What were you doing, Sons of the Forest? What's that?
Oh my god. Jack just did an emote with his
Oh.
That's
face.
my face. Yeah, that's what.
Oh, look at his little face.
Yeah, my partner made him. She's great.
I wouldn't disagree. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We are playing Humble Strahd. So, Humblewood crossed with Curse of Strahd, D&D game. The chaps are talking to the undead, as in Ghost Dragon Argynvostholt, and he is about to fuck off. Because it's really hard to be a ghost and chat to people. Hope your stream is lovely. Glad to get the start. Thank you very much for joining us. Yes, Intense Quack, it has been a while, but you are an excellent individual, and thank you for joining us. Right, on with the adventure, on with the show. The apparition fades into a silvery mist.
Can I ask him a question as he's disappearing?
Yes.
Did you have someone that you followed in life?
Oh, as in an Amaranthine. Dragons are sort of a law unto themselves.
Yeah, that's why he's asking. It's not particularly important. He's mostly just asking, like, and he will say so. Did you want me to say something?
I gave no fealty to a deity.
Okay.
My mistress is the plane of air.
yo.
I mean, I'll do my best. If you want.
Upon my release, I will return to her. Your assistance is appreciated but not required, young smith.
Okay. Yeah. No problem. Safe travels.
Stay in your lane.
Tried to let you down as nice as he could, as the silvery figure faded away. Does Helvig remember his time? Yes, he does.
Okay.
Yeah.
He remembers everything.
He remembers everything.
It sucks, dude.
And Serum, I don't know if you are aware of it, but Trish has the curse that Trish has finally claimed a life. Well, it's claimed loads of lives, but finally claimed someone she actually gives a damn
I was
about.
like, I'm pretty sure we claimed many a life.
It's killed a lot of people.
I mean, there's a plan. There's a
There is
plan
a
in
plan.
place.
Yeah, let's befriend a
diamond.
revenant and murder it a lot.
And a plan. Oh no, I meant smoothies.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But yeah, we're sure that's fine. Speaking of, third floor. Or you're on the third floor. Anyone?
Yeah,
that's
why not?
Yeah. Mhm.
Cool.
Mama Caper, you reckon?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Or,
Sorry.
I'm just gonna let Pierre wander because it's like, oh my god, we're in Argynvostholt land.
Trish, that magical thing you did, can you control it, or is it too new?
It's a bit new, but I think I can give it another shot. Why?
I'm just wondering, because this place is probably full of things that want to kill us on purpose or by accident.
Right. Yeah.
I
Well,
could kill something. That sounds fun.
we'll get to the third floor and I'll do it again and see if I feel anything.
Maybe we'll both do the thing we did before at the staircase or something, just to check for traps. I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay.
Very well.
And we do that.
So you are currently in a 30-foot square room with the fireplace. The fire is still there. In fact, the fire is now a lot warmer because it's an actual fire, not a ghost fire. And yeah, it's like a freaky fire.
A burnt fire.
Like a freaky sickle. Yeah, you came in from a door to the south, compass directions. There is, however, another door to the north on the far side of the fireplace, if you wanted to go through that. However, back where the way you came was the Great Hall, there was a large staircase that went up to the second floor in the Great Hall.
Do we want to be efficient, or do we want to explore? That's all the answer I need. Third floor it is.
Sorry, no, I was reading Rachel's comment in chat. I wasn't laughing at your, oh yes, be efficient.
No. It was
He was reacting to my sigh, I think.
Right.
It was Rose sigh.
Right, okay.
Now you can go through the fucking door if you want to. Just make a
No.
choice. Well, now I want to know what's behind it.
I just made my choice, and now you're questioning it.
Selenox slams open the far door. Tattered velvet drapes cover the tall, slender windows that encircle this parlor. Furnishings are covered with dust and cobwebs and lie in disarray. A damaged brass chandelier hangs from the ceiling, which is covered with a faded mural that depicts metallic dragons and colorful birds flying beneath white clouds. There you go.
I mean, it's empty.
Oh,
Okay.
that was anticlimactic. Third floor. Sorry.
Just take a look around, like make Pierre do like a sweep over at the room to be like, wow.
It's a circular,
so cool.
roughly 30-foot wide room. It is, you would guess from your outside observations of it, it is one of each corner of the structure has a tower. A circular tower. This is the bottom floor of the northwest tower.
Do we know where the staircase is, or are we yet to find it?
The big staircase in the main hallway goes up to the second floor, so you'd have to go back out the door you came in through, which you're welcome to.
Oh, is
Then
there
I
a
get to the
staircase in
third
that
floor.
one though?
There is no... Sorry? There is no staircase in the parlor that you just found.
Oh, okay.
But you could go back into the first room you entered
We
with
haven't
all the
checked the
heads.
second floor stairs yet, have we? Okay.
No, you haven't got upstairs
Trish,
yet.
Trish, we good to do that together? At the base?
The first pulse you did was pretty close to that staircase.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll do it where appropriate, Josh, because obviously it's hard to.
I reckon the third floor, like as you get up to the
Okay.
third floor, is probably the best place to do a second battle.
Cool,
I
let's do
will
that.
respectfully close the door to the parlor and then follow my friends.
Very well.
After
Right.
being like both.
Pierre, can you roll me a quick investigation
Yeah,
check,
well-
Dan, for Pierre?
Sure, in quotation marks, bro.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh, my boy.
Boy.
18 on the dice.
Goes to show when you're interested in a subject, you start paying a lot of attention.
Well, yeah. So actually, what he finds is he flutters up to the chandelier, and one of the dragon statuettes that make up part of it is detachable, or maybe just old, because it snaps off in his hands, and he sort of flutters back to you with a metallic dragon about the size of this. Like, metallic dragon.
Is it clearly like we broke it off from like a chandelier?
No, actually, it's not. It is clearly holding a candlestick holder in its front, but its back legs
just kind of removed it from the slot, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's sort of it looks like it would slot in. It's made of silver, and it looks like it's probably worth about 30 gold pieces.
Nice one.
Or it's a really nice candle holder. It really stands up on its own. It's got two, like its back legs and its tail form a sort of tripod on which it can stand, and it's holding the candles like with its front legs.
Does it resemble Argyn?
Yes.
Great, it's a souvenir. It's a souvenir for the trip to Disneyland. They're like,
souvenirs from everywhere.
Yeah.
Good.
Helvig walks out 5 hours later, covered in little bits of dragon stuff. Like, Argyn!
I think we made that. I think we made that comparison of like a dad taking their kid to Disneyland. He's just carrying all.
I will buy you one
crap.
We're only getting one, or no dessert.
Argyn!
All right, fine.
Wearing a hat with like horns.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, are we fucking going or what?
Yeah, you go upstairs. Jesus. Okay, so you go up to the landing. Skipping ahead a whole bunch of rooms. Great. The two stone balconies flank the main foyer. Bolsters carved to resemble knights in shining armor support their elegantly carved stone railings. Weapons and shields festoon the walls along each of these walkways, while alabaster busts of handsome humble folk flank hallways that lead north and south away from the foyer. At the end of each balcony is an archway that leads to a spiral staircase going up.
Are the weapons functional, or are they like art?
They are functional.
Ornamental.
They are functional. They are non-magical, but they are the weapons they appear to be.
What have we
There
got?
is a
What have we
wide
got?
selection.
Is there
What are
a
you
crossbow?
looking for?
I'm looking for a crossbow.
There is what are you looking for, and we will roll to determine whether or not there is one. There is
Crossbow.
a 1 in 3 chance of the thing you are looking for specifically being there. Name what kind of crossbow, there being 3, hand, light, and heavy.
Hand, I think.
Hand crossbow?
Well, with a light crossbow you can have in your hand as well. I don't know. What type did I have?
hand crossbows like in...
It's like a pistol, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hand crossbow.
Oh, that's kind of
It's
fun.
I
like
think
the
you can
smallest
dual wield
version.
them. And then there's the light crossbow is I think it's D6, D8, and D10 damage, basically, respectively. But the heavy crossbow is it requires quite a lot of strength to fire. I believe it is like it has the heavy property. Baby's first horde.
Could I could fire it then? I'm strong as.
Oh, definitely. So would you like a heavy crossbow, and then we'll work our way down? All right.
Yeah.
Bishop Blood, can you roll me a pick a number between 1 and 3, and then Bishop Blood will roll. And if you guess the number that Bishop Blood rolls, all right. Bishop Blood, roll an exclamation mark, roll space 3, and if it comes up 3, then Selenox finds a heavy crossbow.
Come on, Bishop Blood.
Yes!
Ah!
Hey!
Let's go, dude.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Like everybody else is
Does this
wandering along.
improve her
Helvig's
mood?
like, yeah, that's pretty good. Nice. Boom. Like a boss. All right. Well, there you are. Yes, you found a heavy crossbow. It's in good nick. The stock of it is wooden, but the actual the bow part of it is actually made of steel. It does require a new string. It was not hung strung, because you definitely should not store your bows and crossbows strung, you monsters. It will destroy the string, but and ruin the metal as well. But yes, good job.
I don't know why. but
Sweet, come to mama.
My brain went to that like steel is heavier than feathers goof. Those who know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know.
If you know, you
Um,
know.
To be fair, I only did still roll a 3, so it's pretty low on the grand scheme of things. You did max damage, Bit of Blood. Don't talk yourself down, buddy. Even a stop clock's right twice a day.
Yeah.
You got me a heavy crossbow. Yeah.
Yeah, and we will take that. Cool. Do you now have a heavy crossbow? You may add a heavy crossbow to your equipment, Belanox. It will require, like, a string, so you can't use it now. And I don't know if you necessarily have a heavy crossbow rated string on you, but when you go to the next village or the next time you see Esmeralda, she's probably got a spare, you can wrangle something relatively easily.
Thank you.
Cool. So you are now on the second floor. There is staircases that you can see from where you are heading up. One to the south and one to the north. There is 2 corridors, one heading north, one heading south. One heading south, the entire southern wing is demolished, or very badly damaged, and is probably structurally unsound. There is, however, the balcony does a sort of U-shape on the upper floor of the Great Hall, so you can still look down and look at the busts you guys fixed. And at the far ends of this U-shape, there are 2 spiral staircases going up. If that makes sense visually in your heads. There is, however, a couple of other corridors around. Are you going to be thorough, or are you going straight to the 3rd floor, basically, is the question.
Well, I'm not in a hurry anymore.
Why-
I've
oh,
got a new crossbow. I'm having a good day. I reckon we should have a look around.
Argyn!
Yeah.
all right. Behave
But no more
yourself,
souvenirs.
Okay.
Argyn! And then Pierre looks specifically at you and the crossbow. Like, I got a present, you got a present. What, like, if you find another crossbow, am I going to be allowed another present?
Yes, if I get another thing, you can have another thing. But only
Again.
if I get another thing.
Argyn?
Yeah.
All right. Don't argue with the big street lady.
Chad. And you hear in your head, he looks at you and says, Chad, and says, seriously?
She can use that thing. I just reply in my head. She can use that thing to shoot you,
Argyn. Which is a fine... Here, hate this place.
Oh, don't say that. I kind of like pet him on my head.
Argyn.
It's Argynvostholt.
So right. Where are you going then? North, south? There's a sort of a D-shaped corridor that you can sort of wander around. There is a whole mess of rooms. Tell you what, there is 4
I will do
rooms
the
of
fine
each.
traps around that area.
Sure.
Yeah, just a general 60-foot vibe.
Sure. Can it see through walls or doors?
It can, but there is a limit to its powers. I'll read it out loud.
Can it do a foot of stone is really the only problem.
Yeah. It sense the presence of any trap within range that is within, 120 feet, I apologize, within, that is within line of sight. So I'd ask for them to open the doors, I suppose, before I do this. Everybody open the doors, and so I can kind of get like a general thing, just because better use of a spell slot.
If you do it at the most logical place where you can see the most rooms, I would say you can see into Q29, Q26, Q19, both Q19s, and cover the entire 2nd floor. So yes, you can do that. And
Just in case they are trapped, I'm going to open the doors. I'm going to blast them open from afar. just in case the actual.
Oh, cool.
Yes,
yeah.
we opened the door. It would be redundant then. Do you find trap?
Okay.
Blast
And
them
it
open.
is it magical traps or non-magical traps?
Yes, both.
Aha. Cool. In which case, Smithy, as Helvig explodes the doors of Q19, there are 2 doors which go into Q19. Both of these are ruined bedrooms, and as you picked up before, from when you were downstairs, there were some giant spiders appear to have taken up residence on that sort of wing of the building. When Helvig blasts those doors, they don't actually fully open because they get snagged in spider webs. The corridor that heads north, Smoothie, directly north from the staircase, is trapped magically.
Oh.
Okay.
That is separate to the spiderweb. However, Q29 and 26 are not themselves trapped. They are guest rooms.
Okay, good to know. I will say, I will point out that information, and I will say, I think I might want to hold on to what I've got left. So if we're worried, Trish, do you think you still have something in the hole you could use in a bit?
In a bit, yeah. You should know that I think my magic isn't as good as yours. There might be things you can see that I wouldn't pick up. But yeah, I can use it.
Oh, no, just when you feel like it. It's all good.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm going to quickly break up a cat fight before it happens. Give me a second.
Valid. Cool. So, yeah, you can see into a couple of rooms, and you got a general vibe on this floor. Yeah, go up
20...
the northern corridor, and you'll probably get in a fight. You'll probably get into a trap.
26 and 27, the best rooms, are they next to each other?
The guest rooms are opposite. One of them is. They are opposite each other across the northern corridor. But Smoothie would have learned that it is only at the far end that the trap is on that corridor. It gets to a T-junction at the top, and that's where the...
All right. Selenox is going to look at Pierre and be like, you take that one, I'll take this one, see who gets better stuff. Sorry. I don't know why I can't swear at a dragon, but I've decided that I'm not going to.
I find
Weird
it very
time to
weird.
start.
It's like weird decision to make.
I've never sworn at Pierre. That's the first time that I've sworn
Oh, at
Pierre.
him. Okay,
Yeah.
but around him
not
is
at
fine.
him. Oh,
Around
around him.
him
Yeah,
is fine.
come on. How much
right.
control do you think Selenox has?
I don't know.
Bishop Blood is terrified of Selenox. All right, Selenox, are you going into 26 or 29?
That one. I don't know. 29.
29. You go into the the northwest guest room. The contents of this room are draped in cobwebs. Beneath curtained windows stands a black marble hearth with a sculpted mantelpiece, above which hangs a framed portrait of a handsome, well-dressed... he would be a... he would actually be a Strig. A handsome, well-dressed Strig with a wry smile and a thick mane of thistledown feathers. Opposite the fireplace is a large bed with a rotting mattress and wooden posts carved to resemble guest dragons. Across from the double doors stands a tall wardrobe, its doors hanging open, revealing a dark and empty cavity. The only other piece of furniture is an overstuffed leather chair that faces the hearth.
Steve, can't take you anywhere.
He is hot.
Like suspiciously so?
Oh,
Yeah,
suspiciously hot as this.
Very much
portrayal.
open to interpretation. Depends
Oh,
what you're
it's in the
into.
danger zone.
He's interestingly scarred, I suppose.
Oh.
There's one over his eye,
Scarred.
but the eye's good.
That's how I'll describe a future scarred character.
May I
Interestingly.
roll an investigation check to have a look around the room, please?
You may indeed. So
15.
you enter the room. 15.
I do enter the room.
Yeah,
Got my
good.
eye on the hot strig.
Yeah.
No, it's just a painting. I'm not that weird.
Favorite room.
The room
Your
doesn't
denial
contain...
makes it funnier. Just like, it's like, oh yeah, I don't swear at the kid. I don't find a painting attractive. No, not me.
God, oh my god.
R.I.P.
You do you. So yeah, the bed itself has definitely seen better days. The couch is still in very good condition, however. It's a very overstuffed armchair. Selenox sits in it for a couple of minutes to absorb all the features of the suspiciously attractive Strig in the painting. Yeah. It's inside the with a 15. Yeah, nothing of worth, nothing of any particular note. The only thing that would be worth anything would be the armchair, which is a bit heavy. But it's quite a nice armchair. Like it's probably there's a reason why no one's taken it, and it's because it's fucking heavy. I mean, before they had digital pictures, Serum, what else was there? So he's fully dressed.
Yeah.
And Pierre presumably goes into the northeast guest room.
Yeah. I follow close behind, not like too hastily, like I'm about to stop Pierre, but I'm like with a modicum amount of haste that he might just be stuck in like some weird shelf or something.
Right. Scratch and sniff paintings. Giggity.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. Sorry. All right, so 2 beds with torn canopies stand against opposite walls with tattered rug lying on the floor between them. Set into the wall is a fireplace black with soot. A soft hiss issues from the hearth as you enter. Well, actually, as Pierre enters and you follow. Pierre almost immediately like, ooh, what's that? And swoops. Anything is lickable. He swoops towards the fireplace, and there is a sort of iron, not a railing. It's not high enough. It's sort of about yay high. Sort of wrought iron scroll work around the base of it, so that wood can't roll out, like burning wood can't roll out of the fireplace, essentially. And he sort of perches on that, and a small hissing dragon made of ash and smoke erupts from the fireplace, filling the room with soot as it beats its wings. It is about 3 feet long.
How tall is it?
27 feet. It's very...
Wow, in this tiny room.
Very small. No. It's about 3 feet long, maybe a foot tall. And it sort of... Yeah, perches... Initially, there is... actually, can I have... How would Pierre react, Alvik? It's not attacking him, but it is like... It's sort of a territorial display.
I mean, I think of... I always go back to, like, how would Pierre react? And do you remember, like, Pierre in... the fire plane, because that's basically who he is. He's just like kind of like miniaturized, very weakened version now. And I do consider Pierre to be like quite prideful and be like, "Yo, homie, yo, I was just curious. The fuck, bro."
So, love this. Love it, Dan. This works very well. It perches up and sort of arcs its wings out. It covers the room in ash. There is smoke and flying around, and
I just let it wash over me.
Yeah, it doesn't. It is. It's definitely smoke. It's definitely actually physically there, but it in no way impedes your sight. Where are Trish and Smoothie?
Well, I feel like since looting is apparently what we're doing, unless I hear commotion. Do any of these rooms look like an office or a library? That kind of vibe?
Well, there was
Ooh,
only several.
you know.
There is a couple of doors that Smoothie couldn't see into when he did his pulse, but you could go and check them out. So are you just sort of dividing up, not going too far away from each other, everybody checking out different rooms? Is that the vibe?
Yeah, split the party.
I'm mostly just kind of keeping an eye out and also admiring something genuinely beautiful in my country. That's mostly what I'm doing.
Sure. It is still
it's-
for all that it is a bit run down, it's seen better days, it's definitely been looted the fuck out of. This place is a quite magnificent place.
He's obviously admiring my strig friend, Steve.
So,
I'm not
This
gonna
is
justify your fetishes, Sal.
handsome.
not gonna pull you out of that grave. That's for you to do.
all right, then I will get to what Trish is doing in a minute. The dragon, the little dragon sort of flares its wings out and hisses at Pia, and Pia, without breaking stride, just gets one paw, and just bats him on the nose.
That's
Here.
good. That's smart.
And this
Good on you,
this
Pip.
little dragonette sort of and stops and goes, here?
Are they just peering at each other? Are they just like, is that what's happening?
They are both peering at each other. Their sort of eyes sort of like, the fuck? Peer?
Is Pier same Pier and Ashen Dragon is also same Pier?
The Ashen Dragon said, peer?
Oh,
Yeah, that's
Right.
what I was saying. That's what I was meaning.
Yeah. And in your head, Helvig,
Wow.
you understand Pier's side of the conversation. And so the first one was, Pier, stop it.
Uh-huh.
And then the other one goes, Pier. Pier? Pier. And it's
Michael, is that
yeah,
you?
dude.
I know you from high school.
Are you
Who
like?
do you think it was?
It's like, did you suddenly just? Are you both like dragons from the same batch in the like
Yeah, I
fire
guess.
plane? What's happening here? I woke up.
And Pierre looks back at you and goes, Pierre! And he says,
Is it your
He-
cousin?
he points with a sort of metallic claw at this other dragon and he says, Soot! Wait, he says Pierre, and in your head you hear Soot.
That's their name. Soot.
Pierre! Yeah.
Hello, Soot.
And then the other one goes, Soot!
Oh no! Am I gonna have?
Can Selenox
Hello.
come in to this at some point? Like I'm sat in that
So,
room.
well, I don't know, like, you're not very far away. You're about 40 feet away.
I'm across the hall.
And this conversation is quite loud. You
Hi,
are
Soot.
hearing two
Pleasure to
different,
meet
but like
you.
I think Pierre's voice is a little bit sort of like a clockwork wind up toy is how I sort of imagine it. Sort of like a music box. Whereas this is far more natural. This is far more organic sounding. There is, and you've definitely just heard a small high pitched voice go, Soot!
Shut. Love it.
Yeah, so can Selenox is gonna head that way when
Come on.
she hears this
I'm gonna
going
just
on.
be like Lord of the Small Dragons.
Yeah. Can I say I arrive or
Thank
do you
you.
need-
Yeah. Yeah, it
so-
take you sort of 5 or 6 seconds to get there, but from when this began, you can be there, you can get there.
What? Yeah,
Here,
I got a fucking portrait in my
Here.
room, and you gotta
here.
look at. Yeah,
and Pierre is
yeah.
saying, no, this doesn't count.
What? You're not gonna?
Pierre
You're not
is saying
gonna
it
keep
doesn't
him?
count.
Here, he's like, and you hear, Soot's my cousin. I'm not gonna keep him.
Keep it.
Yeah. Are we keeping him? I'm gonna look at Helvig because I can't understand shit.
Soot.
Hi, Selenox. This is
Wow.
Soot.
Peer. Soot.
Pier's cousin.
Soot.
Cool.
Small world, right?
So Soot coming along for the trip.
Peer. And Peer turns to Soot, and in your head, Helvig, you hear, how?
Hold on, they're kind of like catching up.
Good question.
Give them a sec, and we're just
And
gonna
Soot goes,
probably just gonna sit there for a minute.
Yeah,
Soot,
let's get that transcribed conversation.
It's
Peer,
like,
Peer turns
Soot,
back to you
Peer."
and goes, stuck. No, he says, Peer, and you hear, stuck.
Oh, like Argyn is.
Soot.
That tracks.
Peer.
Oh.
And then
Okay.
he turns back, and the next question he asks is, Here, why? But more like, why here? And
Like
Soot
why in
goes,
this far place?
and then Soot goes, Argyn.
What? I just like pick up
Peer
Soot
goes,
and be
and
like,
Peer goes,
be
Argyn
more
protect.
clear! Soot, please.
Soot is only semi-corporeal.
That's true.
It's like,
But,
so semi,
but when he
not-
realizes what you are trying to do, his front claws, which are like little gems, little black gems,
Aw,
sort of
cute.
grasp onto your forearm, and he perches on it as he looks at you. This is, Helvig, a fire elemental. It's almost exactly the same as Peer is.
right. That makes sense. Pierre said they were cousins.
Yeah. It is, well, it's almost what Peer was, rather.
yeah. We're both very different
Yes.
creatures
He
now.
has undergone, if not
Yes.
more of a change than you have.
Yeah,
Um,
he turns into guns for me.
Yes, he does.
Okay. Oh, but why here? Isn't Ogden like an air guy? And you're like a fire dude,
Soot.
like Pierre is?
Air guy and a fire dude.
Soot. And here it goes to you. Here. Dragon.
Oh.
Aw, Tony. Aw. You gave it to me after all.
Are there more of you that we should like look out for?
Soot, here.
Yeah.
Here. You cannot hear Soot. It's sort of Peer is translating for you.
Yeah. I just would like reply back, man.
Yeah. Actually, do you speak Ignan?
No.
No, then you don't. Yeah, you can't understand. And yeah, he communicates back. Because doing three-way, only using 4 words to speak is difficult. He communicates back.
Simple.
None
measure.
others.
Okay.
Not that he knows.
So, is he coming? Is that Lennox is just like, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
So here is stuck like Argyn is.
Oh, no. He's stuck in, and yeah, Pierre goes, Pierre.
Oh.
And you hear, no. Barovia
Sorry,
is
hold
stuck.
on. Barovia is stuck.
No,
Right.
he's stuck in Barovia.
Oh, so he can come with
Oh,
us.
so you can come.
Here?
You can come if you'd like.
What? Don't know if I want this.
Who did this to you, Josh?
I did not. You found the thing. It's in the book.
I thought
so
this was
is it?
Pierre. I thought this was Pierre telling me that maybe he doesn't want this. And now I have to be like, oh, I'm very busy.
But it,
Oh, you know.
I mean,
oh,
like, you got a really cool souvenir.
this
Like,
is great.
can we-
but, you know,
could we have a
can I move in?
dragon?
Selenox, the question is really, could you, like, Helvig can't have more than one familiar. Would Selenox attempt to acquire one? And if so, how?
My God.
Selenox is aware of the relationship between Helvig and Pier. If Selenox wishes to have something similar, Selenox would have to do something to do so.
I refuse to consign one of Pier's cousins to
Selenox.
Strahd Stench.
How very dare you?
If you're gonna make like a familiar bond while you're connected to Strahd, that's fucking bad, dude.
Slack.
No.
Ow!
Doesn't have to bond with me.
Ow!
But yeah, get Soot to come along with Trish. She likes magic at the moment.
I feel like she never likes magic, and it's now just magic is just being spiteful at her.
Well, I heard Smoothie ask her to do magic before, and she said, "All right," which seems like wanting. Anyway, gee.
Trish. Cutting to Trish, who is a little bit further away, who is about 100 feet away, down a couple of corridors, checking out rooms Q22 and 23. Q22 is a little boring. Q22, the room contains an iron tub and has wood paneling on the walls that rises to a height of about 3 feet. Above the paneling, the walls are painted with continuous faded mural of a mountainscape. So there is wainscoting up to about 3 feet, because that's what that's called. The mural accurately depicts the Balanock Mountains. You maybe notice them in the distance, and you're like, I think I actually know that vista, because I spent the last 3 days walking towards them. They're the mountains south of Berez. The other room, and there's nothing of real note in the bathroom, unless you really have a taste for old
Take the
soap.
hand towels, like hotels, you know.
No, they're gone. They're long
They're
gone.
monogrammed.
Yeah. There's a little gold dragon leaf. And the other one is a storage room.
Oh, all
Rainwater
right,
seeps through the cracks in the ceilings and flows into a pool in the sagging wooden floor. The pool fills about half the room. Bare stone shelves line the room. It has been thoroughly looted. I will, but if you want to make an investigation check, you can. But
I might
always
as
but.
well. Trish is just killing time until we can move the fuck on. So
Yeah.
her heart's not really in it, but she's killing
Okay.
time, so why not?
In which case, yeah, definitely an investigation check.
Why didn't that roll? Sorry, I'm gonna refresh my D&D Beyond.
Not
It's
the
being-
tiny soaps. Helvig Argyn's familiar?
Oh my God.
Oof. Here we go.
12.
12.
Do I see anything?
No. The only thing you notice is the floor is like you take a step into the room and immediately your foot goes through the floorboard. You're like, ugh!
Ugh.
So you investigate that the floor is real dangerous to walk on. And then there is a flare of fire magic in your periphery. Roughly where Helvig was.
Oh.
Okay.
Not as you are not aware of the events of the last couple of minutes.
Oh, like in the room that he is in?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I see that, and I'm going in there because my buddy's in there.
Like your magic senses tingle.
I'm standing
and you
in the
hear.
hallway. If I see Trish rushing, I'll just kind of
Yeah.
put a hand up to kind of like, it's all good. There's, well, go see.
It's all good. Something's happening. I'm going in.
No. It's.
Yeah. And inside you find a second pier. Now,
There you
you
go.
were on the fire plane, weren't you, when you saw giant molten pier? This is a
Yeah.
tiny version of the same,
Whoa.
but a little bit more
hi,
smoky.
Trish.
Hey.
And he
is
is
this a
standing
friend
on.
or an enemy?
He's
It's
standing
a
on
cousin
Helvig's
of
arm.
Pierce. It's a cousin of Pierce.
Good.
Soot, this is Trish. Trish is a Soot.
Hi,
She's
Soot.
cool.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He tilts his head as he looks at you and says, "Trish, Trish."
What?
And Pierre
Yes.
goes, "Pierre, Trish, Pierre," and Helvig, you hear in your head,
Trish,
"Yeah,
yeah,
Trish,
yeah.
you got it right."
How does it
Soot
know
actually
me?
said Trish.
No. 'cause
Soot
I
actually said
introduced
Trish.
you.
Yeah.
Just then.
All right.
Ah, this one's a quick learner.
Smart.
Soot.
Okay.
And he actually he looks at Pierre and says, Trish. And Helvig, you hear Pierre say, Pierre. Yeah, she's a bit stupid. A bit slow. She's like, yeah, she's a bit slow sometimes.
Hold on, who's slow? I say in my brain.
He is referring to Trish.
To
Okay.
Trish.
It's just like kind of like I just kind of like
So can we-
glare at the conversation.
I'm gonna. So Soot. That's Trish.
Soot. Trish.
Delanox.
Del.
I'll allow it. Good one. Yeah, come on. Let's take it.
All right. Well, I've been insulted, so I'm leaving. I'll see you guys when you're ready to.
You
Do what
don't
we
know
came
that
here
you've
to
been
do.
insulted.
Yeah.
He didn't translate that for?
No.
Why would he?
Oh, okay.
Why would I? Absolutely not.
All right.
I'm not gonna be like, yeah.
Lol, he thinks you're stupid.
I'm not just gonna crush my friends' like feelings like that when they're like in some shit right now.
My mom died this morning, and now I'm being told I'm slow by a fiery dragon. Oh shit! I gave away too much there.
Yo.
Or did I?
Yeah, no, we know that with yeah. No, don't fall for it, Bishop Blood. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna go over to Helvig and be like, now Helvig,
Okay.
and Pia, you know, you're the one who does dragon stuff. But I think it would be cool if
Soot
we
came
had-
along.
Soot come along. But
I mean, are you fine with Soot coming along here?
Here? And the word you hear him say back, because canonically he can only really say one word. It's more like vibes you get when he's saying longer things.
Yeah.
The word he says is safe. Soot, cousin.
Yeah. I guess we are going to very dangerous places, and you can I can put you in like a safe corner, dimensional corner. Well, I can't really do that with Soot.
oh, right. He doesn't want. Oh, that's sweet. Don't want your cousin getting. Oh. All right.
So-
Well.
I think we're going to take a short breaklet.
Oh, no.
And we will be back very shortly, guys. We'll just pause the scene because I have a couple of things that I need to ask people.
I'm in danger.
To make things work. This is not where I anticipated this going. I did read this thing. I did not anticipate it would be here that went first into the room. Is the real thing.
Sorry.
Blame Selenox.
Is that me?
I mean, I thought you guys would just beeline straight for the third floor, but there we go. That's me, silly me. All right, so we will have a quick, short little breaklet, and we'll be back in 5 to 10, guys. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye,
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Ahoy, mateys! We be back in the Humblewood for more Humblestrad, and let's get back into it. So, Soot, while this conversation has been going on, Soot flutters over to Trish and is sort of checking her out, like fluttering around her head, like okay, like lands on the Ember Lance, on the fiery bit of the Ember Lance, and is checking it out, like going like, what's this? Like, you know how a curious dog. And then he looks up and looks at Pierre and goes, Soot! And Pierre goes, Pierre! Like, yeah, I know, right?
The audacity of these fucking dragons.
I'm gonna give my lance a shake to just get it off.
Pierre! And Soot sort
Don't
of
objectify
flutters.
me, you fucking.
Soot sort of flutters. It's made of an elemental. I
That's
would remind you. So it sort of flutters back to Helvig, and then he pauses.
I feel like a falconer.
Like, sort of lands on your shoulder. And he pauses and looks very carefully at you, like he is examining you. Examining your chest. And then, rather than saying to here, he looks you in the eyes and says, "Good." And he's clearly asking you a question, not asking Pier to ask you a question. And then he says, "Here." And Pier sort of peeks out from behind him and says, "Here." And sort of taps Soot on the shoulder. And there is a long ramble, which you pick up the basic gist of, Helvig. Which is aspect of fire, forced, nice though, bonded, saved, friend.
Oh. So it was being like, oi.
What's up with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Your impression is
Fair.
you
That's
both
fair.
have good insight. So yeah, he was like, "The fuck did you do to my cousin, bro?"
Because he's all fuckwork now.
Yeah. And he basically has explained, no, it wasn't him. I saved his life, then he saved mine. We're all good. And Soot looks at Pier then and says, "Pier?" And Pier goes, Pier says, "Pier, but not with mine."
What? No, you explain that to me. Say out loud.
And Soot goes, "Soot!" And looks over at Trish. And then he looks at Smoothie. "Soot?" How does Trish respond to Soot looking at Trish and saying that?
It's just sweat in your direction.
How does Smoothie
he looks at-
respond?
He will look at Trish first and says, "Soot!" Well, no, sorry, I'm phrasing it wrong. He says, "Soot?"
Thank you so much. Like,
You can roll an insight to determine what he is intending, what he is trying to convey.
Sure. Insight. 9.
Yeah. Actually, I will give you advantage because of your new ability.
is he
Ah.
trying to? Oh, is he trying to make a bond?
10.
Yeah, no, the dice say no. Yeah. You haven't the faintest idea what he is implying.
I hold eye contact with him, but I say, "Helvig, what is it saying?"
I don't. Pierre, what are they? What are you talking about?
Here.
No, you don't get to do that. You don't get to. I pick him up. You don't get to do that.
Here, asking. Here, looking.
I disconnect
Sorry.
for a second. Was there a question directed
Not yet.
at Smoothie?
Not yet. Then
Not yet.
Then this little dragon has decided that whatever he was looking for in Trish, he either found or did not find, and looks over at Smoothie and says, "What?" Again, you can make an insight check if you like. On what he is intending to.
No, I don't. No, this is more fun, to be honest. He will simply say, "Hey,
I'm glad
I
you
don't know
enjoyed
what the
this.
question is. If it's a bad thing, probably not. You're safe. if it's a good thing about me, you'll have to ask Pierre.
Good. And he does ask Pierre, and Pierre says, Pierre!
See, he's a good judge.
And Helvig, you hear, he's okay. Nice kid.
He's been listening to Selenox.
He actually uses Selenox's tone
Nice
when he
kid.
says it. And then Soot goes, good. And then flutters over and actually lands on the metal piece of the heavy crossbow, Selenox. And Selenox looks at you quite closely. His eyes come to within a couple of inches of yours and goes, Good?
So,
Good?
He can understand you, Sel.
yeah, but that was more fun.
And his response was, Soot? Soot.
What?
As fascinating as this conversation is, can we? What are we doing?
Cody's just said in chat, this discussion is so deep it's going to collapse into a singularity at some point.
I'm all for. What are we doing?
Yeah,
Hold
maybe
on.
we should.
We should probably. I just hold on. I'm holding Pierre like this.
Here.
I just look in his direction. Is he? Just mentally, is he window shopping for a bond?
Right. Okay. So you guys are gonna keep doing the thing and not listening. I'm gonna go check out other rooms.
You can
Okay.
move on. Yeah,
Yep.
we'll figure this cousin thing out.
Anytime today, and I'll keep
Okay.
moving.
Yep.
I'm gonna follow Smoothie.
Very well. There is, without going into the trapped area, there is only one more set of doors that you haven't been through, but we will get there in a minute. And Pierre goes, Pierre! Safety. Here, looking. Here, different for us.
Right. I kind of like let go of him and put him on my shoulder, but isn't it safe here in Argynvostholt?
Here. Yeah. Actually, no, what he says is, Here, you feel safe?
Do I feel safe?
I
Or
don't
do
know,
I
do
feel
you?
like I'm being watched? I felt like that was like more of a loaded question than like
Yeah, it
what
was.
I feel right now.
Like, isn't it safe here? And he goes, do you feel safe?
I mean, Argyn is cool. It's
Argyn.
dilapidated.
Here,
Okay.
undead.
Mm.
I love that Ro is still playing that. While this conversation is going on, Ro, are you? Can you make me an Arcana or Animal Handling, whichever is better?
Animal handling, please.
Very well.
Still shit. 7.
Yeah, Soot says, Soot! And you can make an insight check to determine what he is trying to get across. Trish did the best somehow. I think she made a
I have
wise
no
choice.
fucking idea.
Yeah, you have no idea.
On
So-
brand.
So, Helvig, your call here what would Pier advise Soot?
Interpretative dance.
Oh, right,
I mean, how
right.
else are you gonna communicate?
In order to communicate, yes. Okay, yeah, valid. That wasn't what I meant, but yes, I like that actually much more. So, in which case, Selenox, Soot looks at the crossbow and sort of runs up and down it a couple of times, like a.
Oh.
Josh's brain just glitched. I have a very clear mental image of what I mean. It's like there's an iguana in a cartoon, and it runs really fast and sort of very sinuously up and down and around it, like a mouse. There you go, like a mouse running down a tube, really rapid and very fluid.
Watch what Mr. Jingo do.
Oh sure, go for it, Tony. Then he forms himself almost into the arrow along where the arrow would be on the crossbow. And then looks up at Selenox, and rather than saying a word, he vocalizes the noise of a crossbow being fired, and then looks at you quizzically.
You want to be an arrow? Dragons are dragons, and then crossbow bolts are crossbow bolts. I don't know if you. I'm not very smart, so. Jack's dying. Sorry, Jack.
This is the "you have my sword and you have my bow" moment, but they can't speak the
But
same
they don't
language. And
understand what they're
Frodo's just
saying.
going, no.
What?
Aragorn's just going,
No,
fuck this fucking.
But you know what?
No, you're a human,
If
not
you want to
not
be
a
a
sword.
That's right.
If you want to be a crossbow bolt, then more power to you, mate. Sure.
Then he's like, no,
if you identify as a crossbow bolt,
he
God,
Soot sort of sits up on the end of it, tilts his head like, oh god, I'm going to be the brains in this relationship. Soot! And then holds his front paws up like he's holding a crossbow, and then looks at you, and then stands on your shoulder, sort of flutters up to your shoulder, and then does it again, using you as the perch from which to be a crossbow.
I need to roll my own insight check.
20. Straight 20. Helvig understands exactly what this guy's asking.
Yeah.
He is implying allies.
That would be cool.
Did I say that? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to imply he wants to be allies with you.
Ah, cool.
Here.
So it's coming then?
What?
Yeah, great. All right.
And he his claws sort of grab onto your pauldron. It heats
that's
up.
Cute.
It begins to heat up quite quickly.
Grabs onto what?
Your shoulder guard.
Oh, right. Okay, cool. All
That
right.
shiny bit in the picture that Daria drew.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a bit hot. All right, cool. Shall we?
Yeah. Fire dragons tend to do that.
Very well. So without going upstairs, Trish and Smoothie, you can. There is only one other area that you could go to, which is Q24. Would you go there, or are you waiting at the staircase?
I mean,
they're taking forever. We might as well.
yeah, it's clear we're not getting upstairs until they're done, so we might as well have a look around.
Very well. Okay. You go and you find yourselves on a wooden balcony overhanging the mansion's chapel. It's an exquisitely carved wooden throne rests at the west end of the two doors, between the two doors. The narrow archways lead to spiral staircases going up and down. Hanging from the high ceiling is an iron chandelier with candle holders shaped like tiny silver dragons, much like the one Pierre already found. It looks down over a glorious chapel. The far end has a stained glass window of a group of knights charging down a valley, all in lead-lined glass, with a silver dragon flying above them into a mass of what look to be terrified enemies, like almost embarrassingly so. Like like there's several pictures of no! Running away as these knights ride them down. Lances and pendants. Yeah, it's a pretty groovy place. It's ornate, but it has clearly smoothly been looted.
Yeah.
All of the iconography, anything that could be moved has been taken. Anything that was gold or sort of ornate, yeah, been stripped bare. It is, however, really make me a religion check.
Okay. That's where it is. +1. Oh, it was almost a 17 too. Oh well.
Nah, doesn't matter.
17 plus 1.
It's not a massive thing. Yeah, you do not realize.
Yeah. But I will point out whatever history I think is interesting, depending on Trish's face of interest. If she looks completely bored, I'll just trail off.
I think Trish, looking up at this stained glass, is just gonna say, "Is there a word that means beautiful but horrifying?"
Yeah. My granddad uses it all the time. It's called sublime.
Oh. Sublime.
Yeah, he used it a lot.
Yeah.
Are you guys done?
This is a chapel to the Morning Lord. Or the Morning Lady.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Ardea. Okay.
Ardea, yeah. But the Barovians view like have a particular sort of subcult to it. Yes, the X-Men villain. Cool. They are probably done around about now.
Oh. Well, that was way more complicated than it should
So
be.
yeah, you walk out, and as you return to the landing outside the doorway, Selenox comes out with a small sooty dragon on her shoulder.
I think he wants to come.
Okay. Welcome to the team.
Soot. And Soot puts out a claw.
He's hot, maybe.
Okay. Whatever.
Fingertip. And yeah, you could shake his little... He's probably about the size of your cat.
Oh yeah, that tracks.
Yeah.
Yep.
But Selenox is worthy to note, whilst he is warm, he almost weighs nothing.
Hmm.
Oh,
Okay.
of course, Morning Lord, yes. Lightbringer. That's what Lucifer...
Up the stairs we go, I guess.
Cool. Up
Right.
to the 3rd floor.
Trapped
I would say
staircase,
you would
though,
go
right?
up the most... No, the staircase isn't trapped. The corridor, there is a bunch of rooms that you can't access. They are trapped. But there might be stuff up there, but you're not looting the place thoroughly. So, the most logical staircase for you to go up would be the northwestern one. So you do. Finding yourself on an upper balcony. There is quite a bit of rubble on the floor of this balcony. There is a collapsed ceiling. The roof over this part of the mansion has collapsed, creating a 20-foot diameter gaping hole with broken rafters bisecting it. Dark storm clouds roll across the sky overhead. The floor is piled with rocks, broken tiles, shattered beams, and other debris. Beneath the rubble lies a sagging floor and puddles of rainwater. It is not the safest part of the building. There is. Oh yeah, cool. You'll find yourself in a corridor that runs west to east, and that hole is in the middle of the corridor. There are doors to the left, or north, compass directions, and the corridor has an intersection about underneath where the hole in the roof is that turns south.
Well, I'm going to use magic awareness.
Very well. Range, and does it go through walls?
60-foot range. And yes, it goes through walls. The only thing it can't see is if it's behind total cover. Is that a magic term, or is that it's behind doors term?
Yeah,
It's behind walls term.
Okay. Oh, okay.
But the corridor itself, if you like, the corridor is possibly the least useful place to open it. If you wanted to open some doors and then do it, so you can actually see stuff, and it wouldn't be behind total cover, you can open a couple of doors and blamf it, similar to what Smoothie did. But that would sort of render it a little pointless because you can already see into the room, so there's a lot of stuff. But it's not worth doing.
Look, Trish doesn't know the nuance of this new power yet, so she's just gonna do it.
Yeah. Trish, I'm going to be kind because you know I am. I'm a lovely guy. It's often been said. So you've just come up the stairs. You haven't really entered the hallway proper yet, really. You've probably gone a little bit of the ways down it so that you can get as much area in your 60 feet as you can. The walls on either side of you, beyond those walls, you can sense a faint death magic.
Okay.
But determining the strength of it is impossible. There is, however, presences of death magic on either side of you. To your left is a door. The room on your right, the wall on your right, you cannot see a way to get into whatever room that would be.
Well,
but you are looking for an undead being, so...
Hey, Soot, you know which one the meeting chamber is?
Bro, actually, no. Let's have one of our lovely chat rolls. Omi. Omi's just arrived. Good to see you, Omi. Seeing as you're here, can you roll me a history check for Soot, the little dragon that Selenox just sort of befriended a bit? 9.
You can't talk shit, so you don't even know.
Yeah. Soot doesn't, I'm afraid. Soot goes, Soot. Soot.
All right. No worries.
He looks like, sorry, no, I don't know this bit. Soot. He does say, he does go, Soot. Like he's remembered something and says, like, quite vehemently. And Pier goes, Pier? Oh, Pier! To Helvig. The serious?
Okay.
Undead. Here.
Good. Assuming Helvig passes that on. No? Helvig just does that. All right. Good chat.
Yeah.
All right.
Here. That's why
can't-
he doesn't come up here.
Yeah. Yeah, well, probably a good fucking call. Jesus Christ. All right.
I just minor illusion like an undead.
And then he looks at Selenox. Soot looks at you, Selenox, and goes, Soot!
Yep. You're ready for it. Yeah, all right. That one? Which door?
Which
All
door
right,
is it?
that
Trish?
one. Closest one.
Whoa. Let's not open any doors right now for 2 reasons. First of all, we want to avoid bedrooms. And I feel like our meeting room's going to be larger, so maybe we pick the door that's most by itself. Second of all, Smoothie.
Mm-hmm.
Any traps up here?
Let me find out. And I will, if it, well, first of all, did you detect anything from the doors, or do you think we can open them?
I don't think it'd be a good idea if we're
Okay.
trying to avoid.
See what we got around what we can. It's only what I can see is all. But okay, let's see what we got. Unless we want to try.
We wanted to avoid bedrooms, right?
Yeah,
Because the
yeah.
guy we want to avoid is in a bedroom.
Okay, that's
So
fair.
maybe, yeah.
Okay, let's just see what we got, and I'll cast Find Traps for what I can see.
You do not find any traps.
Nothing on the doors,
Okay.
so that's something, and nothing in anywhere we can see right now.
I think we should walk down the hall, find the door that looks like it leads to the biggest room, because that might be the meeting room. Meeting room's bigger than a bedroom, right?
Oh no.
Yeah, that's fair. No,
Maybe.
it's not plaqued or anything. There's no meeting room written on the
The
thing.
door that looks the most grand.
Yeah.
All right. That one, then.
Okay, so you
You know what? It would be. Smoothie will make a judgment call. It'd be the one that is the nicest, that has the nicest view of the surrounding woods or whatever. That's where a meeting room would be. Like, you know, the best window placement.
Okay.
If there's going to be like a meeting, that's my call. So
All right.
whatever the
Make
translation
me-
of that is.
Well, how would you determine that? What skill
Um,
check would you use to determine window placement? I love the phrases that I get to say. Whether or not somewhere would get to have a good view of the forest.
Architecture check.
Well,
Yeah.
we saw the outside.
Yeah.
So does it look like it would be like it's kind of pretty looking out onto the road, or does it look like there was some nicer stuff out the back? Obviously, there's subjectivity
Yeah.
in that question, but it's also like there's also like
Well,
objective
there was
things,
a
right, you know?
graveyard out the back.
So probably not there.
Ooh.
Uh-huh.
One would assume.
I would say
They might
an
wanna look
argument
back
could be
onto
made
their
for
heroes.
survival or a straight intelligence roll, but that's not great for Smoothie.
Let's go
Um,
with survival.
Performance, obviously.
24, natural 20.
Yeah, well, 24.
Ooh.
You know what? I'm actually going to make it an intelligence check and use that straight nat 20 because it doesn't matter
Okay,
that way.
so it's an 18.
Makes sense, though. Like, I think intelligence check makes sense. For the nicest view, logically, on your behalf, of the rooms that you can access, it is the one directly to your left. The one that Selenox was about to open, and Trish was like, nope. So Trish can sense an undead being in that room, or possibly more than one.
Yeah, I think this is probably our bet, and there's no traps on the door. But maybe if you detected something in there, that means something's probably going to rush us, so maybe we should rush it.
Well,
I mean, it might
wasn't
be.
the guy we're looking for is an undead fellow?
Yeah, it might be our mate Godfrey. Maybe
That's
we should
fair.
just knock.
Argyn.
Well, he can hear us, so why don't we just knock or open the door? Either or.
Let's knock.
Who knocks?
Well, I'm right
Okay,
next to the door.
Selenox went.
But it's a little one now. Tap,
Very
tap.
well.
2 bits.
37.
No, it's not one of them. Little tap tap.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay. There is a pause of about. How long would you wait? Because there's a pause of about 5-6 seconds, and then you hear. I imagine your ears are peeled, Smoothies particularly, and then you hear the clanking of, and you're quite familiar with this noise at this point because Selenox makes it all the time. Armor moving or walking, armored boots walking across wooden floorboards, approach the door, and the handle shakes, and then the door opens backwards into the room, and you are brought face to face with
Blast.
blast him.
FBI.
With a male raptor. He has definitely seen better days. His beak has been broken. There is a crack line all the way down the right-hand side of his beak. A good, several handfuls of feathers are just missing from all over him, and he is wearing patched and very badly worn chainmail. You would, Selenox, your trained eye, this definitely would not provide him proper protection. He is, however, armed with a great sword over his shoulder. Raptors don't tend to be particularly tall. He is 4.5 foot tall. And if anybody makes a smell check, he doesn't smell amazing. And he says, "Hello."
Hi, mate. How you going? Argyn sent us to say hi. Godfrey, is it?
I am not he, but he is within.
Ah, right. Meeting hall.
Why
Are they lying?
are you here?
Well, we're...
You take a great risk coming up here.
Well,
There are many among us who would slay you on sight.
well, are you... I'm assuming you're not counted among them, because...
I have seen you and have yet to do so. But the afternoon is young.
Well,
Wow.
we thought...
You have spoken to the master.
Yeah, we have. I'm going to relinquish Selnox, clearly somebody else.
And you hear a voice from within. William. Who is it? Guests, Sir Godfrey.
Oh, cool.
I advise politeness. And he steps back and... Please. Gestures you into the room.
Yeah, walk in.
Through the dust and cobwebs, you see faded war banners adorning walls of a spacious chamber, in the center of which stands a heavy wooden table. An iron chandelier hangs above the table, which is surrounded by 6 high-backed chairs with wood-carved dragons perched atop them. Slumped in 5 of the chairs are skeletal figures in tattered chainmail. The skeletal, and I really do mean it's skin and bone figures. There are a Vulpin with light grey, almost sort of ashen fur. Vulpin being a foxfolk. Then there is a Gerbine and a pair of Gallus. So a mouse. Actually, this one looks more like a squirrel.
A skeleton? What skeleton?
Skeletal rodents are fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
And yes, a pair of geese.
Oh. Yeah, definitely be on our best behavior in here.
The figure at the top of the table, the head of the table, is a Vulpin. One of his eyes is missing, and the socket glows with a baleful red light. And he says, "Greetings, travelers.
To you as
Came
well.
you to Argynvostholt."
Well, we were actually diverted here by a scene in the fog. But we had the good fortune of speaking with Lord Argynvost himself, fleeting as it was. and he informed us of your plight.
One of the geese reacts. Well, they all react quite strongly to that. This sort of like what the. And one of the geese actually says, "The master lives."
Sorta.
Yes.
The same has not befallen him.
He is still the same soul. He hasn't been corrupted. But he is waiting to move on.
And Godfrey says, "Then he must have requested something of you. And now you are here, which means you seek something. How can me and my companions assist you?"
I'm trying to remember out of character. It's to get them to the Amber Temple, yeah?
Well, we have to get the
You're looking to get
remains
Argyn's
of
skull back.
Argyn.
Yeah. We want to do that, but can they even help us doing that?
Wasn't there something that we had to do in the house too? Didn't we have to kill somebody, or am I going crazy? No? Okay, never mind then.
That you need to bring the skull back to the house. That will free all the people in the house of the curse that they are under.
Right.
I understand.
So,
We aim to recover Lord Argynvost's remains.
Yeah.
Or his skull in particular.
You know of its location?
You wouldn't like it.
I am aware where it is. And you're correct, I don't. We have tried more than once to retrieve it ourselves.
any tips on what not to do?
A frontal assault would be foolish.
Gather that.
Yeah, cool.
I
Considering you had an
died
army
too many
once.
times. Well, exactly. Lord Vladimir was not easily convinced of the folly of it, but even he saw the logic eventually.
The big problem seems to be the size of the thing. I think I'm confident enough that if we're smart about it and we manage to find a way in, and getting in and out is hard enough, but it's a massive skull, right?
Yes.
That would
If you
be
can
what
get
I
it,
would
if
want
you
help
can
to
get
do.
it out of Castle Ravenloft itself, my companions and I cannot assist you within the walls of that castle. We are forbidden, indeed, from leaving this place by our Lord Vladimir. We are all honor sworn to him, and he has decreed that none shall leave this place. However, I believe if you were able to get it out of the castle, we would be permitted to come and retrieve it.
It's a massive skull.
It is on the 5th floor, and very durable.
Oh,
I like it.
I mean, I guess he's already dead, so
As long as most of the pieces come back.
wow.
Fast
You
forward
should have
to-
seen the way he died. If that crash didn't break it, falling out of a window won't.
Okay.
So, I don't suppose we could see if Vladimir might let you out.
And at this, Godfrey looks sad. He says, "You are welcome to try. You would not be the first."
If we strike him down, he's just going to come back, isn't he?
Yeah, and
Vladimir
then angrier.
has... Well, yes. Vladimir, I don't believe, would take issue with you. You seek what, exactly? You are here
Helpers,
because...
allies, equipment, information.
To what end? Beyond Your quest cannot simply be to restore Lord Argynvost's skull to us. That's a very bizarre thing for somebody to just happen upon.
No, that's a favor that we are doing for you so that you can do one for us.
And what favor would you ask of us?
Trish, you were going to speak?
I was going to say, you want to know our end goal? We want to defeat Strahd and free Barovia.
Then you and I share a goal. Unfortunately, Lord Vladimir does not share that goal. He is no servant of Strahd, make no mistake, but it has settled into his mind that Strahd's punishment for what he has done should be his eternal damnation in the hell he created himself.
Oh.
Barovia.
Yeah.
He would not suffer him to be killed and thus spared this damnation.
Wow.
Can we just find somewhere else to damn him?
Is he going to attack us on sight?
If he knew your intentions, probably. I would advise not telling him. Vladimir is many things. One of them is supremely dangerous. Well, not supremely. If he was, we wouldn't be in this mess.
I would like to talk to him.
Yeah,
So would I.
I'd like to talk to him. Probably actually yell at him, to be honest.
But we'll keep our end goal to ourselves.
Aggression with the Grand Master would probably be unwise, but you do you. If you believe you have a chance of defeating the monster which created this place, then you will not struggle to defeat my Grand Master.
If we... Either way, what is it that you think you would be able to offer in regards to what we want to do?
Well, if
We
you were
are
to
go-
return...
Don't get it twisted. If we can, we'll do what we can to help. But I'd just like to know.
Well, what Argynvost offered was the assistance of his men. Once you bring his skull back, he can
But
cure...
I don't know what their specialties are. That's basically what I'm asking.
Okay, well then you'd be getting basically a lance of undead knights.
That's not bad.
And Godfrey would say, well, if we were permitted by Vladimir to leave this place, you would have a small platoon of undead knights. We are all that remain.
Okay.
What happened to the rest of you? I thought you couldn't die.
We cannot die permanently, but our bodies disintegrate slowly. He demonstrates by pulling off a small finger.
Ah, charming. That's a good party trick.
I can only do it 9 times.
Wow.
Well, thanks for wasting one on us.
And he flicks it away. And the Gerbine next to him chuckles.
Do you know much about Castle Ravenloft? If we're to get in stealthily, is there a good way to do that?
As I say, our attacks were frontal assaults. There is, however, one other assistance we could provide. Is there not, Willem? And he looks to the raptor who opened the door. And Willem says, yes. You see, only the Knights of the Order are actually sworn to Grandmaster Vladimir. I am not a knight. I am sworn to Argynvost. But I was never fully accepted. I did not complete my errantry. And therefore I am not a fully ordained knight. I am, however, still trapped in the same trap, but Vladimir would not have my oath even if I offered it. And therefore I am not obliged to stay here. I could come with you.
I won't say no.
we'd be honored to have you.
Sure.
But I do not know the inside of the castle. I'm afraid I've never been there.
I wondered about that. Like, you guys are always assaulting the castle from the front. How do you know that it's on the 5th floor then?
We can sense it.
Ah, yeah, right. That makes sense.
Well, actually, Argynvostholt can sense it.
I just have one more question. It's about just kind of the risk and reward of this. You say you're all giving strong recommendations that we just steer clear of Vladimir, but if we don't have a conversation, then the only time that you guys are going to come into play is I guess you'll just know instinctually when the dragon skull is out of the window? And then can you just appear there?
I can, and Willem says, actually, there's a very good reason for me to come with you then. It's a valid point. We never got your names.
Oh, sorry.
See you, Tony.
Smoothie.
Krish
Master
Caper.
Smoothie. Fish Caper.
Helvig. This is Pierre.
Hello, Pierre.
Selling oxen. This is Toot.
Yes. Do you plan to take that creature with you? He is referring to Soot.
No, I think he's just hanging out.
I only asked because he has haunted this place a while now.
Oh, would you miss him?
I have no strong feelings one way or the other. But if Soot is willing to leave, then Soot is welcome to do so.
Insight check.
I noticed you.
Soot!
Tell me everything.
And Soot looks scared. Soot's like, Soot! In fact, Helvig, you would infer that Soot genuinely didn't know that he had been noticed. He was kind of hoping he'd flown under the radar a little bit. But that's not the insight you were trying for. That's, I would be glad to see the back of him, or he can go, I don't really care. He genuinely doesn't really care. If anything, this place ain't big enough for 2 dragons. The creature
dragon.
was making mess. So, if Willem, and given that Willem is would be effectively the youngest, so the most junior member of the Order of Knights, he'd probably get a lot of the shit jobs, like cleaning up
Literal shit. Yeah. So we don't have to roleplay this out necessarily. This is just a kind of logistical question. What's the order of events that they're expecting to happen?
Well,
if we
so
somehow end up in Castle Strahd and
Willem
we somehow
says,
get
well, the solution to communication is actually novel and relies basically on our impermanence. You find the skull, throw it out the window, then you strike me down. I then become an incorporeal spirit. It's unpleasant, but I can move exceptionally rapidly in that form. I come back here, reanimate into a corpse from the graveyard. Not pleasant. And a buried corpse. I mean, the brothers may be able to locate a fresher body.
That would be nice.
And that I would then be able to deliver the message immediately. Then, of course, we would have to approach Lord Vladimir.
And you'd still be 3 days away.
Spectral steeds travel very quickly.
Okay.
Though that's not actually the best way to do it. We would kill ourselves. And find bodies nearer.
Wow.
Okay. It's just...
We
It
could
seems...
get there in a few hours at most.
It's just
Okay.
that you got to assume that if we're in Castle Ravenloft, then it's probably go time, so to speak.
Yes.
Okay, just so we're clear.
Ravenloft has a very well-stocked crematorium.
Yep, I know. Big old parade.
So does that mean? But you said you can't come inside the walls, yeah?
Strahd would prevent us from actually appearing within the castle itself, but the castle sits above Barovia, the town. And Barovia is his primary feeding area.
Utilize the
fresh
town so
supply
there's
of
corpses.
Yes.
Right.
We could be there in 20 minutes.
Great.
If we are
That's all I
permitted
need.
by Lord Vladimir.
So
There is
do we?
another, and Godfrey would say, there is another issue, Willem. Your duty. Ah, yes. As I am the only one permitted to actually leave this place, I am the only one who is capable of attending the Amber Temple.
We were asking about that. Could you give us a bit more information about that place?
It is haunted by a lich.
Yeah.
It is, however, largely intact, and still a great repository of knowledge. There are
Okay.
other creatures, things. The Lich has reanimated the skulls of the dead wizards into spectral, floating, flaming guardians.
Ooh.
Imagine a skull, but with fire streaming out of its eyes that can beam light and fire at you with its sockets.
Sounds
An
fun.
unpleasant way to perish.
I wish I did that when I was, the big bad.
Do you have to do it soon? We were hoping to pop by the bone grinder first.
I am in no hurry. If you are planning on not going immediately to retrieve the skull, perhaps...
No, we're not necessarily planning to go immediately into Castle Ravenloft. No, not really.
Very well. Then inform me when you plan to, I suppose. I will assist you at that time. I have duties here. The approach to the Amber Temple must be... I cannot allow... Currently... Godfrey at that point would say, currently, the temple is not a threat. It is inhabited by a lich
Yeah.
that is doing a pretty good job of keeping it not inhabited by anything else. The only being it allows inside is Strahd, and Strahd's already the biggest problem we have. He's not going to become more of one. Or if he is, not quantitatively so. So, Willem's job is to make sure as little as possible gets there in the first place, because the liches... I mean, what it takes to become a lich in the first place demonstrates they are already quite mad, but this one is even worse than most. But Willem's job is important, and it is the entire foundation of our order's existence, is to protect that temple. So, sending the only being we have capable of committing that duty off on a wild goose chase, he is welcome to go and assist you as and when. Your final push, he will be a valuable asset.
Okay.
Right. So do we need to talk to Vladimir to get you guys a hall pass for coming to get the skull, or we leave that in your capable hands?
Helvig, your insight from before, you get that Godfrey is... There is something very sad in what he says next. Smoothie, your basic passive insight probably picks this up too. I will speak with him. Hopefully this time he remembers me enough to listen.
Okay.
Right. Well,
If I
Smoothie?
tell him we can retrieve the remains of Lord Argynvost, that he would turn his focus to the outskirts of Castle Ravenloft, immediately realize that they are there, and probably be the first to slay me.
Yes,
that's
so,
what you kind of want anyway.
In this instance, yes. It would be an act of assistance, if not kindness.
Does he slay you often? Does he?
He hasn't in many years.
Oh, that's
He
nice.
has withdrawn
awesome.
himself somewhat.
Probably for the best.
I would that I could reach him.
All right, well, Smoothie, what do you reckon? You want to go and have a
You
chat?
can prime the way with him if you like. As long as you don't mention what you intend to do with Strahd, then you'll probably be fine.
If I'm
Be
not
polite.
I'm not going to be honest with him, then I'm not going to bother. I'm a terrible liar.
Yeah, it's true.
Perhaps one of your friends is better at deception.
No. He is either going to be on board with this or he isn't. And he's going to find out eventually and going to be a spanner in your works. That's on you.
Very well.
All right.
His memory
so,
isn't brilliant anyway.
We send when we are heading to Castle Ravenloft for said skull. We'll send word to Willem here, and he'll come join our party for a bit.
It will be an honor. Now,
May
Josh is
I,
asking, did you intend to go to the Amber Temple at some point? Because Willem would help you there as well if you did.
Yep. Information is good.
Yeah. And this is the place where Strahd became... Or signed
And
the deal
he's
anyway.
revisiting,
Yeah.
So there's something important still there.
Where is the Amber Temple?
It is up the mountain.
Behind
From here.
us. Other direction.
The map is 100% accurate in that regard, Jack, because it doesn't make any sense that they would build this place to guard it and then not put it quite close to the temple itself.
Not true.
I have it in my head that it's no more than a 4-hour walk from here.
Yeah, totally. Yep, makes sense to me.
Do liches have souls? Oh, they got souls. They just got them all over the place, right?
It's a split
yes,
one.
it is split in half, but if you are able to destroy all the phylacteries, that would kill the lich and therefore end its soul, so yes.
You reckon that will work, Trish?
I think so. Yeah.
Bridge
Sentient.
across.
I don't suppose flaming skulls have souls.
Do you get a lay-by when it's like only a phylactery and you haven't killed all of it yet? You'd be like, this is 3 hours worth.
Wouldn't it
We're
be
having
nice
this conversation
if you could have,
in character.
Should we be openly talking about this?
I mean,
Godfrey and
Let's
Willem
go.
are like,
we're talking about a fucking in
We're
front of a
trying to
revenant,
kill
like
a lich, alright?
you...
Sorry, I'm not subtle.
No. If you wish to... And Willem says, if you wish to visit the temple, I can be your guide.
So
Be
you're
aware.
in the
Nice.
temple?
There might be knowledge that would be of use to us in defeating Strahd.
4-hour walk. That's interesting. But I don't think that's going to help Trish, so maybe we should do what our original plan was.
Well, it'll reset the clock, and you've had almost a day at this point.
What will we-
Oh, right, yeah, right. Resetting the clock if we kill a lich. I mean, that's
You
possible.
Kill a lich.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. Do we feel
fine.
like
He was
we could
so-
do that?
He's so weak, dude.
If you can't kill a lich, how are you going to kill Strahd?
Exactly.
Yeah.
No,
Strahd the
here's
strongest guy
here's
here.
the okay. Well, actually, you know what? Smoothie will just put that in front of Trish. Like that information is obvious enough, so he will just kind of shrug and look at Trish, and she's the one with the deadline.
Actually, Bishop Blood, this is one of the easier things for Trish to guarantee she kills, because you have to gather up. You can gather up all the phylacteries, they're physical objects, and then she just breaks them. Like she can. And now, if everybody's on board with that plan,
Well, if you're asking Trish Death Wish Caper if we should go fight a lich, yeah, let's fight a lich.
Here's the-
Selenox is gonna like go over at some point and be like,
I only go.
Trish, if I'm understanding the vibe around here, if we get close to deadline, we might be able to work something else out.
I don't think these people count.
Oh,
No, they do.
They do?
Yeah,
They have souls.
Argyn specifically
Yeah, but-
said they would.
Oh.
The question was asked last week, if we killed a revenant, would that count? And he said yes. They have a soul and a body, you are killing it.
Yeah, but reviving
Just because the
people
soul
didn't
doesn't
count.
leave, it's not revived, they find a new body.
Oh, okay.
It's a technicality, but yes, it would work. It would,
We
that would
remember
count.
right in the reading that there's a weapon there. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, but we very,
Like the
very
sun.
thoroughly got our asses kicked against the Baba.
It's because she had a house. Who brings a
Yeah,
house?
And we're going directly into this guy's house.
Yeah, but
The
it's not
Baba.
moving. It doesn't throw boulders.
The
The
Baba,
place
yeah.
is well defended, but it is a far more conventional thing. The building itself will not attack you. You slew the Baba, which
Yes. Not without serious difficulty, but yes.
which Baba?
Lysago? The midwife?
Yes, I know of the woman. You slew
I'm
Baba
just
Lysaga.
making sure.
No. There was no offense intended. The four of you, with assistance, or the four of you?
Yeah, with the sisters. Esmeralda Davinia was with
Yeah.
us. Oh,
But
you will.
still, the five of you, and your
Yeah.
friends, slew the Baba Lysaga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Willem says, well, then they may be... Yes, I will happily... Godfrey, with your permission, I will happily show them the Amber Temple.
Okay. I've said what I said. I'm up for it.
We'll be fine.
Okay.
Godfrey reckons we've got it. He's got the vibe of someone who knows.
Godfrey, are you able to heal?
Do you mean Willem? Or...
That's what I meant, yeah.
Yeah. Willem says, no, it's rarely
In that
necessary.
Case, and it's more that he was just kind of asking like off the cuff to prove a point, and he will go, I'm not really concerned with all. So I'm the one keeping it alive.
It's more if one of you becomes spare.
Meaning,
Just if one of you is already dead, and it is hard to control if there's one fresh and right there. I can't promise I won't reanimate.
Hobie!
Yeah. Don't become a
Let's go!
vessel in his presence. Yeah, absolutely.
This is the best, dude.
Well, you're going to have to put a collar on that, mate. Heal.
I will
Okay.
do my level best to not possess one of you.
Yeah, you fucking oath you will.
It's simple. We just
Kill
don't
the
have
lich,
to
I'll
die
take
in
that
his
one instead.
presence.
what time
Yes.
is it? What time of day is it?
Mid-afternoon, I think.
All right, cool. So
If
we
we're
get a
gonna-
new gang member who fucking possesses us.
If we're gonna
Great.
do this and it's a 4-hour walk away, then I want to be fully ready to go. Are we doing this?
That's fine.
Are we locking it in?
If you
Temple?
wish to rest before you attempt it, there are rooms we could provide you.
Yeah.
I believe there is even some provisions stored that have not been looted. The upper floors belong to the knights. The occasional looter never gets beyond the second floor, and he looks at Soot.
Don't worry, mate. I think he's fond of you.
You are welcome here, little friend.
Smithy will
Willem
look at all
does
of
not
them
share
and-
this vibe.
Smithy will look at all of them and just go, is this what we're doing? Just so I understand.
Well, I wouldn't say no to a bed.
Okay.
I haven't slept in a bed for a while. Ah! I'm not sure if it's going to
Yes,
be.
Selenox goes back downstairs, gets painting, comes back upstairs, puts it in front of bed. Soot watches, gets confused.
It's a good painting.
Trying to open the door for 20 minutes.
I said, be quiet!
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with this.
No.
Very well. I will
It's your
have...
repository of knowledge and the lich is in the way.
Willem says, then I will show you 2 rooms. Please, follow me.
If it's okay, I'd like to talk with these guys a little bit. Because you were from here when the sun was out, weren't you?
Yes.
I'd like to hear about that, if that's okay.
Have you ever seen it?
4 times.
Oof.
From their accents, your companions are not local.
What?
I'm sorry, did you believe you were doing a good impression?
Of course not.
You should talk like these.
I should talk like a thief.
That's actually Smoothie doing the proper accent.
I am not native to Barovia my own self, as you can probably tell.
Oh, I love it.
Neither is Willem.
Ah.
Igor, on the other hand, and he gestures to the mouse, to the Jabin, and says, yes, I am a local. The place was... Oh, Barovia was to be the jewel of his father's kingdom. It's why he named it thus. King Barov was the father of Strahd. This place was beautiful. The meadows bloomed every summer. Wildflowers. The grass was not visible. The meadows were white, like snow, but flowers. The sun... Barovia at one point was the breadbasket of the empire. Fields of wheat as far as the eye could see. The vines of the Wizard of Wine's winery produced some of the greatest fruit and vineyard in the world. All the Everden knew of Barovia. It was said we were blessed. And to fall so far is, I think, why he selected us.
Yeah.
But, as you observe, I am old enough to remember the time before. Barovians were faithful people. We believed deep and strong in the guidance and protection of the Amaranthine. Again, I think this is why he chose us. He likes to break things. You believe something strongly when eventually your belief is broken. The crash is harder.
I got to visit where these guys come from. And they were selling corn with butter on it.
And all 5 of the revenants in the room go, "Oh, variations on fuck, I miss butter."
Can't believe it's not butter, dude.
Yeah, whatever the Humblewood
Can't believe
is.
it's not corn.
Yeah. And he says, I didn't know what I was missing till I got over there.
Then you'll know the torture of it. Why the loss struck so deep. that the Amaranthines would abandon us and allow this corruption to take our world and our land.
Yeah.
I cannot blame them for the way they feel. I hope you don't either. And now it is, of course, 300 years of institutionalized anti-theism. I would not say atheism, anti-theism.
Yeah. But I'd just like to see everyone here try corn. That'd be nice. That's why we're here.
And Igor leans into you, Smoothie, and he's a little shorter than you.
Sure.
And puts his hand on your shoulder, and he says, "You keep true to that purity, and you will do very well."
Or I'll have good company when I'm dead.
I would not wish this upon you, my friend.
Nor
I
me.
lean over to Trish. How old is Smoothie again? Like,
And I think we'll leave it there. On that nice little final note. Cool. Glorious. Thank you very much for playing, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Lovely chat. Hell yeah, love me some anti-theism. Well, I mean, they don't know any better. The Amaranthines... Yeah, they don't know that the Amaranthines had no choice in the matter. Amaranthines are
they left
not
them
quite
to rot.
omnipotent beings. This is
The power of propaganda!
exactly. The problem with a pantheon is that they can't all be omnipotent.
That's deep as fuck. That's my favorite Josh right there.
Thank you.
That's a good line.
It's the worst.
Gotta bring his ego down.
Yeah, I smacked you out of the sky.
Very well. Well, guys, we're going to have to do what we do at the end of our streams. I have to twist my arm. We're going to do our favorite moments. Because that's something that I like to do at the end of our streams. It's nice and affirming. We borrowed it from the dreaded GM, and it's, I think it's quite important to help identify where you did well. So, boys, all hail our new Lord and Master please, chat, if you have your own favorite moments, throw them up and we will have a look as well. So, who wants to go first? I want to talk about Selenox first. I want to talk about Ro. Favorite Ro moments. Favorite romance.
Romance.
Well, I've got
Pretty
written
sure I
down...
make that joke like once every 3 or 4 weeks.
I've got written
We had
down
2
that
break.
Selenox went, they noticed you, mate.
Yeah, that's it.
Hey. Yeah.
I loved the extremely sassy recap. That was a fun way to kick things
Character
off.
recap.
Beautiful.
I love the crossbow bolt thing.
Oh, yeah.
You're a dragon.
Again.
Like she's teaching him a lesson. It's like,
Yeah.
like
No, you're not a
no,
crossbow bolt.
you can't
You're
be a crossbow.
You can identify. I like the second one. I was like, look, you can be a crossbow if you want to be a crossbow, buddy. Like, if you want, we'll call you crossbow.
Holy
I
crap.
really enjoyed the.
Nuclear. It's pronounced nuclear.
I really like the initial interaction with Pierre. Like, you got a present, I got a present, we're square. Like, I thought that was really cute, that argument. It's one each. What?
Bullshit. Yeah.
Bullshit, Dad. Yeah. Ro, favorite self?
I think I'm struggling a bit. My brain's a bit foggy, but I think I enjoyed the door. I enjoyed knocking on the door, and then the like confidence switching into like, oh, this is a lot of deep questions, and I don't really fucking know. I enjoyed that. But yeah, I also enjoyed the crossbow moment. It made me think of one of my kids in class this week, one of my pre-primary kids. All the other kids were giving her grief because she's put unicorn at the end of her name. And I was like, nope. She wants to be a unicorn, she can be a unicorn. And all the other kids were like, oh, okay, fair enough then.
Teaching them about, great.
If it ever comes up again, tell her that one of your friends, Josh, is also Josh Unicorn.
I was like, they kept asking about it. I was like, just accept it.
I did a long time ago. I have so much unicorn shit in my house. Most of it bought by other people for me. Cool. Alrighty. Well, that was lovely. I was just waiting for Trish to be like, yeah, fuck this, and just bust the door down.
She told me to knock.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, lovely. Thank you very much. Favorite row moments. All right. Let's talk. Rachel moments. Let's talk favorite Trish.
Well, I went first last time.
I liked Trish's use of the boom noise, like getting her own magical sense, but also being like a bit. I'm not that like. The way she phrased her insecurity regarding her own magical abilities, very newfound, very like, look, I might not be as good as yours, Smoothie, and I just thought that was really nice. It was really characterful. It was who Trish is, and I love seeing. Trish often puts on a very confident facade, and yeah, it was just I thought that was a really cool piece of character work. Nicely acted, nicely thought out, nicely.
I like you shaking off soot from your ember lines.
Yeah. As Bishop Blood says, Trish not putting up with such shit. Oh, I should say, Bishop Blood. Willem is Karen's created NPC.
I thought he might have been.
Sanguay. Sir Willem Sanguay. Sanguay being, of course, sang from the Latin sanguine, or blood.
Ooh.
As in Bishop Blood.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cute.
That is cute.
Oh, I know, buddy. Yeah. Just to be clear, just for everybody's information. Yeah.
I enjoyed Trish's. I liked the magic thing, but the chapel moment where looking for the word was a
nice. Yeah, that's what I
nice role play moment.
Yeah,
nice.
Sorry,
stole it. Stole it right onto his grass.
It's my fucking moment. It's all right.
I was talking about Trish, mate.
Yes.
I'll talk about you in a minute. Wait your turn.
What was I going to say? Well, in that whole context, though, it was interesting because, actually, I mean, I don't know why it was, but Trish seemed either more calm or more tired, or maybe both. In that thing where we've seen Trish chomp at the bit and go this is a waste of time, I'm doing something else, and just kind of go off and do it. But she was quite considered in this one. And if you don't mind me asking, Rach, why is that? Why do you think that was? Because Jack isn't actually sure, but I'm curious.
He's hacking.
Well, I don't know.
Trish is trying to make more of an effort to be a team player. Because previously we've had discussions about it going badly when we split up and aren't on the same page. So she's actively trying to be like, if this is what we've agreed to do, we'll do it. Maybe I don't agree with it, but I'm part of a team. It goes better when we act as a team. So even though she was not jazzed about wasting any time at this castle and then wasting more time searching, she's like, that's what we're doing. I'm just gonna do it. So that's why.
Yeah, no, I like it. Yeah, it was you could see that she was really considering what she was doing, and it was nice too because it felt like the Smoothie and Trish relationship was on different ground than it was before, because she was trying to meet him on a different level, perhaps. But yeah, I picked up on that. It was cool.
Oh, nice.
Cool. Anybody else? Favorite Rach? We done? We need a
It's
favorite
Rach.
self. I
Rach
think.
hasn't, yeah.
I liked talking to Willem. I liked that whole interaction. That was fun. And I feel like we clicked a little bit. And when I was like, our goal is defeating Strahd. Like, let's not beat about the bush.
Yeah.
We're on the same page here. And I feel like we clicked, and I liked that.
Yeah. Yeah, and having Willem along, it was like, oh, you need yeah, look, okay. Quickly, if you don't mind. Like, make it fast. Like, beheading would be best. But, like, if you explained, he'd probably be okay
#plan!
Which would constitute Omi's, constitute the NPC that Omi bought as well, actually. The freebie kill whenever Trish needs it.
Which would have been handy a couple of days ago.
Yes.
I mean, a couple of days in
That
game.
does mean there's a very fresh corpse lying around somewhere.
On the other side of the veil, Josh.
Oh, well, fine. Not necessarily. Maybe Trish loves somebody here. She doesn't.
Please.
There's something she's holding out on
There's
us.
one person.
She has a pathetic number of people she loves, Josh.
Well, seeing as the one of the favorite moments that was brought up for Rach leads us neatly on to Jack, let's talk about favorite Jack moments. Because that was actually going to be mine, but seeing as it's sort of been already brought up, I'll just highlight it and then move on. Because your response, because I was like, I don't know what the word is, and you just had it, and I thought that was really cool. That was good word use. As somebody who prides himself on good word use, that was good.
Yeah, I'm not as good as you, but I knew that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the debrief with the Revenant. The talking about the corn. That was very sweet. Yeah, the
You've
thought
just
to do
reopened
it.
their wounds.
Yeah, well, no, but it was a nice, like that.
Yeah.
The whole interaction was nice. But yeah, Smoothie bringing up, wanting to talk about that was very sweet because he, I don't know, he's been a little bit down, and so it was nice having him talk about something that was really sweet and that like wanting everyone to be able to have the corn moment was really nice.
I love you being exasperated about the soot situation. Like, it was like way too long.
I wasn't sure if that was Jack or Smoothie.
Both.
Favorite Jack moment. Make your presence known.
Bless you.
That will be me in the shopping episode if we ever have
Don't
one.
worry. No. I will not allow a true shopping
Shit me in the
episode.
mouth.
I love a tree shopping episode.
Really? Oh no.
That's a choice.
He loves
that
it because he
you've made.
forces me to have to like make out so many random shopkeepers.
No.
Yeah.
Josh is
Oh,
an
okay.
Anthony, dude.
Yeah, I get it. Are we up to self?
No, I haven't said
Rachel.
anything.
Yeah.
More along
Yeah.
the lines of Trish and Smoothie being on the same wavelength. I liked us agreeing about arson when we're talking about the temple. I'm like, what if we set it on fire? And you're like, I was thinking cleansing with fire. It was beautiful. Loved it.
That was very
Which
cute.
he'd already done. You remember? So it's like, yeah, no, all good. That's clearly allowed.
I'm gonna go with another element of the conversation with Soot, because whilst Trish and Smoothie weren't up for it particularly,
Yep.
they were like, "Oh, this." I think remarkably casual about a semi-corporeal ash dragon just you found and seems to want to hang out with you, and you're like, second dragon I've met today, not interested. But all right. That one.
No,
Was
he just saw it the whole
properly
time. He was watching.
incorporeal.
It was just
Yeah,
like, all right, that's there.
yeah. But no,
Are we
I really
leaving?
liked the way when he came over, when it actually came over you and started interacting with you. Smoothie is just a fundamentally gentle person, and yeah, just how he was like, hey buddy, like, yeah, his whole, I don't know what this is or how to talk to it.
I
But
don't know
I'll
what you're
try.
saying, but
Yeah.
like I'm gonna try and cover all the bases here, just in case.
We good, right? Yeah. I thought that was just a really sweet interaction, and also your made-up bullshit about corn was great.
Yeah, that was myself. But specifically, I am running the game, and I'm trying to like avoid certain things because thankfully it's once a month for kids of all things, so I've got to really kind of tone it down. But what I learned doing a bit of math is that I think Barovia is home to a little bit less than 3,000 people, and that is in no small part due to famine.
Yeah.
Due to starvation, because there isn't a lot of fucking food, because most crops need the sun. And once I figured that out, I'm like, oh, I really want to have that moment eventually, and that was a really nice segue into that. Something that I guess I'll just justify further on is like it's processing in the back of his head. And what I was trying to communicate was, while he would still like to see his way, he's seeing Trish's side of it more and more. Mostly because, like in any abusive relationship, it's not until you really think about it that you realize how bad it is. Until everything starts kind of clicking. And you're like, ooh.
Oh.
Even down to food, man. Like, he was, like, selfish enough that he, like, did all this for his love and all that, but he killed who knows how many people from starvation alone.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, like, that's got to be something to reference. So, yeah, I was proud of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, favorite.
I think we should do Josh moments.
You.
That's right.
Monster.
Second last.
Mixing it up.
Second
Very well, then.
last.
Fine, bring it on.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to try and get out of it.
Yeah,
Pointless.
that's right. I'm putting you in a weirder spot this time.
Okay, sure, let's do that.
All right, DM was the Pia's souvenir, the dragon
The candelabra.
candelabra.
And the labra, please.
Yeah.
Candelabra.
Candelabra! It's candelabra!
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah, I thought that was very cute.
that was good.
I like.
You go.
Alright, then. I like the sass on them being like, yes, your friends are not from here.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, I mean, he's right.
How dare you?
Wow.
I really liked the little glimpse that we got of Vladimir and Godfrey's dynamic, because it was just a hint, but it was so sad. Like, they were clearly at least good friends at some point, and now one guy's had to watch the other guy lose it. That's miserable.
They're lovers.
I thought they might have been
Roommates.
but
Yeah,
that's so
roommates with
sad.
benefits.
Very good friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Really
just
sad.
gave us enough to be miserable.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it because it's written that way. It's not me putting it on there. That, and I haven't switched the genders or anything. This was a homosexual knight couple.
Nice.
Yeah, really cute. Heterosexual life partner. Exactly. Yeah.
No, that works out. They can be each other's squires. Heavy armor isn't easy to put on.
True that.
Yeah.
No, that's what they've got Willem for. Yeah.
Oh, it's like that. Okay.
No, it's not like that.
Oh, extra roomies.
Cute.
Oh my.
Mine was. Has everyone gone? By the way,
Why are you gonna do
because
like
I have
six?
two, but I wanted to check
I
because I'm
haven't gone.
polite. Okay, well, I'm gonna do two anyway.
Ooh.
So not that polite.
Bold.
No, look, I'll come back around. That's fair. The
No, commit.
No,
That's
dude.
what's right.
Yeah,
Take
no,
two.
take it,
Go
take
for
it, take it,
You
take
do
it. Do it.
So
Take them
the
prisoners.
reaction of the knights was really cute when corn was mentioned. Like butter specifically. They're like, oh, but
God, I
like
miss butter.
it was too. It was like, you know, there was 2 layers to it, which is I'm dead, I can't taste anything, and also, shit. Remember when stuff was good?
Yeah.
And yeah, that was fascinating. The whole thing was really interesting. That's I always enjoyed lore kind of being dropped on me that's relevant to my character. It's always fun. And the second thing was Soot being a little bit of a bitch. Like, no, it was Pia. It was Pia, because Soot was like, what's this guy about? Is he? And he goes like, he's fine. I'm just like,
You were okay. And Trish was not that smart. I'm like, really? You don't know about Trish.
It's like,
I still have to tell Trish that the dragons were sassing.
oh, it just reminds me of like probably what like people like. I remember like a bunch of people who are like, you know, white going over to Korea or Japan and they speak the language. I was like, you know, they think he can't speak the language. It's like, look at this fucking dickhead. And it's just like,
Yeah.
I can understand.
I speak. Yeah.
Oh man, the benefits of having a secret language.
Yeah. I liked. Yeah. So I prepared Godfrey and Willem. I hadn't really put very much thought into Igor and the other 2.
Mm-hmm.
So when Igor lapses lyrical about corn, and other stuff, that was me making it up on the spot. You obliged me to make up a new NPC and then give them lore and background on the fly. And as I've observed many times, I love it when players make me do that, because some of the coolest stuff comes out at that point. And yeah, Strahd, like his assessment of Strahd's true intent and Strahd's evil. This place was the best, and that's why he picked it, so that he could make it the worst. So the mightiest have fallen the furthest. That was my favorite moment. Was that logic leap?
Yeah.
That piece of lore specifically. But I also did like Soot, and how I liked how I handled it. I wish I could have handled it even smoother, but
But you got weeks to do that.
Well, this is the thing, because basically we did take a pause, and I checked in with Trish and Selenox if they would like this to be a thing that played out, because I did not actually anticipate them meeting Soot. I hadn't named him. I made up the name on the fly when Selenox seemed to be interested in acquiring a familiar of their own. I was like, shit, okay, I actually need to run this by the player, because I am a strong believer, particularly in a narrative format, of running shit by your players. For example, when I killed Helvig the first time, I ran this by Dan. Spoilers. So Dan and AJ were the only people who knew. AJ, because AJ was the producer of that show at the time. That Helvig was coming. Helvig was going to die, but they didn't know how. And it was really fun for like 2 or 3 episodes before that Helvig was leaning into potentially lethal situations that he would not normally have lent into. And I was like, no, it's not that. It's not that. Is this it?
Death baiting.
It was great.
You didn't tell me when you killed me and turned me into a fucking zombie.
I did not. But, yeah, look. Cassie Bear, thank you very much for the follow. Oh, boys and girls, we are 2 follows away from 600. Cassie Bear, thank you so much, you bloody champion. Avast, matey, you wee scallywag. I hope you've enjoyed the show. Thank you so much for joining us. We are just doing our favorite moments at the end of the stream. Well, that's my favorite moments. But we need to now talk about Dan. Almost 600. Yeah, boy. Favorite Dan moments. Favorite Helvig stuff.
I need to talk like this.
Yeah, that was
so
good.
good. That was That's my favorite banter I've ever had with you, Dan. Bar none.
It's great.
Oh,
See more of that.
I loved it.
I gotta be Pierre. Gotta be your interactions with Pierre. And I think for a specific, it's how when I asked you what would Pierre advise Soot as the best way to communicate with Selenox. It wasn't what I was asking, but you suggested
Interpretive dance.
interpretive dance, and I was just like, well, yeah, no, that is what Soot's going to do now. Great. Yes, excellent. Great idea. Thank you. I will take that. Yes. That was great. Here, batting Soot on the snoot. Yeah, that was cute.
That's like, yeah.
Along the same lines, the Herculean effort you put into trying to translate half a conversation to the other people who couldn't hear any of the conversation. Chaos, but you did a great job.
Being on one line of the fucking phone. Like, oh, Jesus. Chaos.
Mine was also about being, but it wasn't. It was the way. It's the protectiveness that Helvig shows over Pierre. So like the second that I was like, you go that way, I'll go this way, and you were like, oh well, I'm right behind him, but not like, I can't remember exactly what you said, but basically you were like behind him, definitely there, but also not like obviously there, because you're kind of letting him have his own moment and stuff as well, and it was very cute.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Well, I have to. That's right. I am shaking up the system so much this week. That's me.
Monster.
Yeah. I am filled with great. The first one is telling Selenox that Trish hates magic, but magic is just like
yes.
Like pissed at
Seems
Trish,
like,
and that's
yeah.
why he gave Trish magic just to be like, as a fuck you. Like, that's right.
Was that you don't like us?
Magic,
We're going to be
man.
part of you now. Yeah.
Magic is like a cat.
Yes.
Magic is like a cat.
Like a little porcelain cat.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Named Chet.
Yeah.
Unless it's not a cat.
Second is being absolutely adamant, at least, that Selenox does not have like a normal familiar bond with Soot because she's of the Strahd stank. Yeah, I remember. I said that. I committed.
Yeah, you did.
I had another one as well.
Go on then.
I enjoyed the vibe, like Dan and Helvig was the one who picked up on my like, I don't want to go through the door, I don't want to have this conversation vibe, and I thought it was hilarious because it's like we're like the worst at that kind of shit, but the person who takes over is Helvig. I'm like, yeah, cool. I'm gonna help you because I could do that too. It's the vibe I got. I enjoyed that.
Dan was like, in my brain, I'm pretty sure I have the highest charisma. Surely that's not wrong.
Presumably.
Yeah,
Because I'm a warlock.
it's a 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I should be the one talking.
Yeah.
That's so
And then
funny.
I was like, I mean, I'll let Ro have
Mechanically,
the moment,
you're
but
the front
they're clearly,
man,
like
but-
pressing
but-
the red button, like, get me out of here. Selenox is like, no, they're asking too many questions.
This got deep. Fuck.
Fuck. I'm good at two things, and both of them are hitting people.
I am. And
Yeah.
Selenox is definitely good at other things.
Oh. Is it Yevgeny?
I was yeah, Mike. This is gonna devolve real
It's
quick.
the
Yeah.
painting again. Oh, others Ro moment
The
of being like
painting moment, yeah.
really like the backpedaling. Yeah, I've gone back to row. I'm back.
Yeah, that was
laying
that
it
was
like
like that was Row, not Selma. It's just like, oh, but you know, I'm not a pervert or something. That's a little too far, you know.
All right, I'm gonna draw this love fest to a close because we've been streaming for 3.25 hours.
Right.
So
Put a bow on it. I dare you.
yeah, that was great. Everybody did very well. We appreciate everybody here, and we should go away from here now and find someone to raid. But before we do that, who the absolute heck are you all? And we did it in a funky order last time, so let's do it in reverse. Rachel, who the absolute heck are you, and why should we buy your book?
Hello. My name is Rachel Foucault. I'm a writer, actor, creative trash at large. You can find me on various social media at Rachel Foucault, and you can find my book, The Rings of Mars, right here on this the internet. And if you do buy my book, I can promise 100% that I will not tear off pieces of your soul and store them in strange places to prolong your life in a really unnatural way. I will not do that if you buy the book. I can promise.
References.
Right.
Thanks, Rach. I'm glad I possess the book, so you won't turn me into a lich against my will.
That's right.
Jack, who the heck are you?
I like how you said that benevolently. It was like, I promise I won't. It was a nice change of pace. It's like, here's not, you know, I've told you what I will do. Here's what I definitely won't do.
I will not.
Hello, my name is Jack O'Brien. I am a professional game master. You can find me at www.dungeonmasterforhire.com.au, or you can hang out with me on Twitch, where I show off my DM prep. If you get any ideas from that, please do. We are also playing around with random tables a lot because I enjoy them. And there's a lot of audience interactivity. So whatever you roll, I have to fucking make work somehow, which is fun for me. I've officially reached 100 followers, which is super cool.
Yeah, boy.
Otherwise, you can find me on my socials at Jack Squarepeg, and here on Monday nights.
Nice. Dan, who the heck are you?
Hello. I am Dan in the meat space, Dear in the cyberspace, current holder of the 100th follower seat for Jack Squarepeg. I'd just like to remind everybody that.
Thank the
16th.
Academy.
Thank you so much. I'd like to thank my convenient trophy for my patience and dedication. And waiting for 99 fools to follow Jack Squarepeg.
Oh,
so
dude, you're like
100 seats.
You're me in the Baba Yaga. You're me in the Baba Lysaga fight. Just me, just going, hey Trish, fuck you. Just taking the kill.
Yeah, that's me. You should also go follow Jack if you haven't. He's very cool.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes. And Ro, who the heck are you?
Hi, I'm Roro. I'm a Perth-based educator and performer, and you can follow me on Instagram at Crowdventurers to see photos of my dog Charlie with the large ears and my many travel adventures and upcoming projects. I am here Monday nights, and if you happen to be in Perth, I will be on stage again in May in Melville Theatre's production of Quiz, which is going to be really fun. So come along.
It's gonna be May.
No rowing this year.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
I wasn't paying
Sorry.
attention.
Yeah, no, I didn't say that I no association with rowing, but I do like party boats.
Good.
Have you ever been on a party boat? I did a show on a
Yes.
party boat. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I
Oh,
did New Year's
cool.
in New York on a party boat once. That was fun.
Nice.
Ooh.
I did Aussie Day
It's fucking
on
cold,
a
though.
pirate on a boat on the Swan River as the
Love that.
fireworks. That was
Love
dope.
that.
Yeah, that was very cool. And Madame and Monsieur Dharma, Unterherren, and beings of indeterminate gender and persuasion, I be Josh the Pirate. You can find me here on my channel, Courses Cove, where I run D&D like this, what you saw tonight. I talk homebrew D&Ding on Tuesday nights. Tomorrow night I will be back building, like Jack, I will be building my wild magic table, or basically rebuilding my wild magic table, because it's old and boring, and I'm going back and I'm rebuilding it, making it more complicated, and it's particularly useful now that Trish is a wild magic sorcerer, barbarian. You did surprise. And on Thursday night, Karen and I will be back for more Dream Daddy Dating Simulator, because it's really funny. We were absolutely taken by surprise by how well written it was.
It's very good.
It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm invested in
on?
this. Matt.
Which one's that?
The coffee
Remind
maker,
me
the coffee shop guy.
Yeah, 100%. That's who I went with too.
Yeah.
Because
All
he's
the
a
others
single
suck
dad
for
too.
various
You see.
Yeah. Like Jonathan's kids are creepy. Robert's a fuckboy.
Don't
and
sleep
I'm not
on the
up for
priest. Don't sleep on the priest. He's
that's
deceptively
Jonathan.
good.
That's Jonathan.
Oh,
no, his kids are creepy as. I'm not interested.
No. But try him out. He himself is actually more interesting. Give it a go.
I'm sure he is. Yeah, Brian is too competitive. We don't like Brian.
Yeah.
Robert is a fuckboy. Don't like Robert. I mean, we did sleep with him on the first night, but who doesn't? It was more out of curiosity to see where it would go. All the way, apparently. The other option is Hugo, the teacher, but Hugo's kid sucks, and that's a big problem for me. Joseph, not Jonathan. That's right, Laura.
Meanwhile, you guys gave me so much grief for saying a portrait was hot. But no, get on the priest. Like, what? That's what that conversation. I was like, what is happening?
Joseph's wife is so mean. I want to rescue him from her. You know what I mean?
The reason, Ro, is because you showed discomfort. You put a target on your back.
Anyway, that's what we'll be doing on next Thursday. Next Wednesday night,
I have no shame
we'll be having the special 100th episode of this season. So next Monday, 99, the penultimate to the 100th episode, back here in Barovia. And then episode 100, we will be going back with our special guest, Big Viking Mitch, will be rejoining to reprise his amazing Nevermore OG character.
Is it a one-on-one?
No. We will be having a few other special guests. I'm hoping to get Matt Randall back as well.
Killed.
If he's free, I haven't actually asked him yet, but I hope to. Karen will be coming back to reprise a character she has done. Not Cash, Polyani.
Get Mitch killed in revengeance for my birthdays, many of them.
What is a hint?
What?
Am I right? Is it something that? Oh no, okay.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Post-show.
I mean, I don't know either.
Not on stream.
No, okay.
All right.
Not live.
Yeah.
Shut it down.
I am so confused.
Party bird us out of here.
Yeah,
Shut it down.
Just row away from that. Okay. Sure. So we will go away. Happy birthday, Dan. And
thank you, Omi.
Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure hanging out with you this evening. I do need to mention one more thing. The people of Ukraine, which is having a bit of a problem right now, in that there are far too many Russians in it, which is, Russians are totally serviceable people most of the time, but not when they're fully armed. So, we are supporting a couple of charities on this channel. The Dragon's Vault shop, that link there takes you to the Curious Compendium of Slavic Myth, all the proceeds of which go to support the British Red Cross's Ukraine Appeal. It's a really cool little booklet, based in Slavic myth, obviously, as the title would suffice, and it contains a little adventure called The Legend of the Zharpatitsa, which we ran on this channel, and if you want to have a look at it, it's on our YouTube. Sneaky YouTube plug there. You can also check out the other link, the Emergency Action Appeal, which gives money straight to an organization, to a group of charities from Australia who are supporting Ukrainian refugees. Either of those, if you have any pennies in your digital wallets, it'd be jolly splendid of you if you could throw money that away. We have all the socials. If you want to keep up to date with us, we also have a Discord. If you want to come and hang out with us, there's where you do it. Whee! I will
Yusuf.
confirm people after the fact. And
Yusuf.
what?
You sounded
Yusuf?
like Yusuf.
Yeah, I've been doing Yusuf's voice a lot the last few weeks because of Adelaide.
Yep.
I think that's about all we need to talk about. So now we need to go and find somebody to raid. I kind of actually want to go back to the homepage of Twitch and see if we can find someone new playing D&D.
new
Someone we've
friend.
never raided before. Dungeons Dragons, that'll do. Who's
Unreal.
playing? Because most of the people who are, we already know. Ario, D20 Culture. It's a rerun. I'm not interested in a rerun. Winter's Curse. Cinco Preacher Spieler. Probably in German. Probably not necessarily helpful. I think it might have to be... Oh, Pokemon and Digimon inspired. Ooh.
Yo,
That sounds
that
interesting.
sounds pretty cool.
I'm intrigued.
All right. We'll try that one. This is homebrewed. You are the player. Ooh, it looks like a chat plays D&D. Gord Mode is the name of the channel. We will go and raid Gord Mode. That'll be fun. Why not? Let's try that. So, ladies and gents, we will go and drop a raid on Gord Mode, and we will talk to you soon. Hopefully we see you back tomorrow evening.
I love your channel.
Thanks very much for joining us. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bam.
Bam.
Bam.